Chapter 29:44. That being stood up straight and had 8 arms. Its head was as large as a mountain, and its roar seemed to be able to bring down the stars in the outer realm. The terrifying being was about to grab the treasure. However, a terrifying beam of light shot out from the treasure. The terrifying beam of light slammed into the giant beast, causing it to stumble back. The giant beast smashed through mountain after mountain. It's the legendary 8-armed Tyrannosaurus. Lin Feng finally saw what the terrifying being was. It was actually an 8-armed Tyrannosaurus. The Tyrannosaurus was a super overlord among the Earth Dragons. The bloodline of the Earth Dragons was relatively weak compared to the other dragon races. However, that didn't mean that all Earth Dragons were weak. The royal bloodline of the Earth Dragons, such as the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, was extremely terrifying. Compared to any other dragon race, the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Tyrannosaurus Rex wouldn't be at a disadvantage. The 8-armed Tyrannosaurus Rex was a mutated race among the Tyrannosaurus Rex. This mutated race had a stronger bloodline, a larger body, greater strength, and more terrifying abilities. Lin Feng had read about the 8-armed Tyrannosaurus Rex in the classic of Mountains and Seas, but this was the first time he had seen such a terrifying being in the real world. Lin Feng couldn't help but take a deep breath. The world inside the Chaos Gate was truly extraordinary. Even a terrifying being like the 8-armed Tyrannosaurus Rex existed. That was a legendary giant beast. It really is the 8-armed Tyrannosaurus Rex. Wasn't it said to be extinct long ago? I didn't expect such a creature to exist in the world inside the Chaos Gate. Immeasurable Taoist said with shock. The world is vast and boundless. It's not easy to destroy an entire race, said Lin Feng. Compared to the shock brought by the 8-armed Tyrannosaurus Rex, the mysterious treasure shocked Lin Feng and Immeasurable Taoist even more. Because the 8-armed Tyrannosaurus Rex was sent flying by a beam of light from that treasure. Just what kind of treasure was it? How could it have such terrifying power? It was truly inconceivable. The treasure quickly flew outside. Not long after, the giant alligator made its move. Its huge tail lashed out at the treasure. The tail whipped down. Lin Feng felt as if even the heavens and earth were about to be torn apart. Facing the giant crocodile's attack, the mysterious treasure simply shot out a beam of light, which collided with the giant crocodile's tail. The giant crocodile was sent flying by the beam of light. The scales on its tail fell off, and a large amount of blood gushed out. Even the giant crocodile couldn't withstand a single blow from that treasure. Oh my God, what kind of treasure is this? Isn't he too powerful? Taoist Wu Liang was already dumbfounded. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. It was too shocking, but everything was real. It was a treasure that displayed a heaven-defying might. It made people feel as if they were in a dream. Lin Feng smiled bitterly. Even those great emperor-level beasts were sent flying with a single blow. Do you think we should attack if that treasure really flies towards us? If we don't attack, we'll have regrets. If we attack, we might be reduced to ashes. Lin Feng wasn't the only one who smiled bitterly. Taoist Wu Liang was also in deep distress. It was just as Lin Feng had said. Should they attack when the time came? Roar. An earth-shattering roar resounded through the clouds, spreading in all directions. A huge ferocious beast stood up. It was 7,000 to 8,000 meters tall. It was actually a lightning leopard, surrounded by endless lightning. A lightning leopard's body wasn't that big. An adult lightning leopard was only a dozen meters long. Clearly, this lightning leopard was an lawful embodiment of heaven and earth. The thunder leopard opened its mouth wide, wanting to swallow the treasure that appeared in the sky in one gulp. This is the guy who started the beast tide, right? Taoist Wu Liang said through gritted teeth. Lin Feng nodded and said, this lightning leopard has a terrifying aura. It's definitely a terrifying existence. The lawful embodiment of heaven and earth it's manifested is too huge. I wonder if it can devour that supreme treasure? Boom. In the face of the lightning leopard's attempt to swallow it, the mysterious treasure showed its might again. This time, it shot out a terrifying beam of light. The beam of light shone on the lightning leopard's body. Bang! The lightning leopard's huge body exploded. The treasure destroyed the lightning leopard's lawful embodiment of heaven and earth. How heaven-defying! Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang were deeply shocked. The treasure rushed out from the depths of the forest and flew toward Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang. The two of them were stunned. It was actually flying toward them. The two of them hesitated for a moment before deciding to give it a try. They wanted to see if they could take that treasure. Lin Feng had the heaven-devouring jar, which came in handy. As for Taoist Wu Liang, he definitely had his own methods. If they were attacked by that treasure, the heavenly mystery pagoda would probably be able to save their lives. Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang's plan was quite good. However, the treasure flew halfway to the left. "It's flying this way. It's flying in the wrong direction," Lin Feng shouted. "Heavenly Lord Wu Liang, damn it, that's my treasure." Taoist Wu Liang flew toward the treasure. Swoosh! Suddenly, a cultivator flew out from the void. The cultivator had a pair of wings on his back. He was a great emperor of the myriad races. He opened his hand and pressed down on the treasure. Just as the cultivator made his move, the void split open again. The primal chaos ancient bell flew out and sent the great emperor flying. Damn it! The great emperor who was sent flying couldn't help but roar. "The treasure is mine." The primal chaos ancient bell shouted excitedly as it rapidly grew in size. In the blink of an eye, it became the size of a mountain. Then, the primal chaos ancient bell emitted a terrifying devouring power that moved toward the treasure. Roar! A roar came from the forest. A 1,000-meter-tall beast stood up and punched the primal chaos ancient bell. With a loud bang, the ferocious beast smashed the chaos ancient bell and sent it flying. After seeing the beast's appearance, Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang were shocked. It was a creature that was somewhat similar to an ancient ape. Its muscles contained explosive power, and its entire body was covered in golden hair. Titan. It's actually a titan. This is a legendary race that can kill immortals. Taoist Wu Liang couldn't help but exclaim. Lin Feng was also shocked. The world behind the primal chaos gate was too terrifying. Even the legendary titan that could kill immortals had appeared. Chapter 29:45. The appearance of the Titan race was truly surprising. The world within the Chaos Gate was filled with secrets, and each of them was capable of causing an uproar. These terrifying creatures were already hard to find in the outside world, but they kept appearing in the world within the Chaos Gate. Anyone who saw them would find it unbelievable. The world within the Chaos Gate was like a world that had not been destroyed at all. This world was filled with mysteries, unknowns, power, and immortality. It was filled with many things and creatures that were incomprehensible. After Titan smashed the Chaos Ancient Bell away, he opened his big hand and grabbed the mysterious treasure. He didn't know what it was, but it was emitting such shocking waves of energy and could display such peerless and terrifying power. The treasure dealt with the Titan the same way it dealt with the other powerhouses. A beam of light shot out. It swept towards the Titan. Its power could destroy the heavens and the earth. It was terrifying to the extreme, and it was enough to shock and awe anyone who saw it. The terrifying attack seemed to be able to turn everything in the world into ashes in an instant. The attack collided with the Titan, and in an instant, the Titan was sent flying. Even someone as powerful as the Titan was unable to suppress the treasure. What kind of treasure is this? Lin Feng's heart trembled. The power of this treasure was a little too extraordinary. It was unimaginable that it could be so tyrannical. Just what level of treasure was this to be able to repel so many tyrannical creatures? The treasure tore through the void and disappeared without a trace. Chase! Terrifying creatures roared and shook the sky as they quickly chased after the treasure. In the distance, there were even more terrifying creatures chasing after it. Lin Feng and Wu Liang had seen more than a dozen Emperor-level creatures here. How many of them had appeared here? When Lin Feng and the boundless Taoist priest saw those great emperors running towards the mysterious treasure, they were delighted. Now, they could finally leave this ancient forest. Although they had failed to obtain the treasure, being able to leave this ancient forest was still something worth celebrating for Lin Feng and Wu Liang. If they continued to be trapped here, the two of them felt that sooner or later, they would be killed by some kind of terrifying creature. Lin Feng and Wu Yang successfully walked out of the ancient forest that was fraught with danger. They greedily sucked in the fresh air of the Chaos Gate's inner world. The air here was filled with immortal energy. Taking a breath, their bodies felt relaxed. I wonder where the immortal mountain and river in the scroll painting are? Lin Feng asked. He decided to search for that place with Wu Yang. That place was one of the most mysterious places in the inner world of the Chaos Gate. Lin Feng and the boundless Taoist priest had been in the scroll's world with the stone turtle. They had crossed the fog and arrived there. Now, they had really entered the inner world of the primal Chaos Gate. That river, that stone tortoise, and those immortal cranes that flew across the sky towards the immortal mountain, were they still there? The two of them began to search for the place they had seen in the scroll painting. They hoped to find that place. There was definitely a great opportunity hidden there. If they could find it, Lin Feng and Wu Yang would benefit greatly. It would definitely be of great benefit to them. In the distance, 3 figures streaked across the sky. Lin Feng and Wu Yang were shocked. They were actually Gong Zhongye, Sheng Yuandao, and that woman that Lin Feng and Wu Yang did not recognize. The 3 of them were incomparably powerful, and their luck was monstrous. They had also entered the inner world of the Chaos Gate. They seemed to be in a hurry. They seemed to be searching for something. Wu Yang said. Lin Feng nodded and said, "Follow them. Let's see what they're up to." Then, the 2 of them stealthily followed behind the 3. Lin Feng used the Great Void technique and hid in the void. It was as if he had become a part of the void. Wu Yang also had a similar ability. Although it was not the Great Void technique, it was still extremely extraordinary. As a veteran Tomb Raider, Immeasurable Taoist definitely had some extraordinary means. And now, Immeasurable Taoist was displaying these means. Gong Zhongye, Sheng Yuandao, and that woman had been discussing something along the way. However, because they were too far away, Lin Feng and Wu Yang could not hear them. In the end, the 3 of them arrived at a lake. It was an ice lake. The surrounding 30 miles was incomparably cold. Snow was constantly falling, and the ice lake was frozen. The 3 of them floated above the ice lake. "This should be the place," the female cultivator said. "Let's go down and take a look," Gong Zhongye said excitedly. Then, the 3 of them raised their magic power barriers. Then, they broke through the ice and entered the depths of the ice lake. It seems that the 3 of them have some secrets. I wonder what kind of opportunity is hidden under the ice lake. Lin Feng could not help but raise his eyebrows slightly. Dong, dong, dong. At this moment, the sound of war drums came from the depths of the ice lake. It was as if the void was about to collapse. Lin Feng and the Taoist priest were stupefied. Something terrifying had happened. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. At this moment, Gong Zhongye, Sheng Yuandao, and the female cultivator quickly rushed out of the ice lake. After they rushed out, the black fog tumbled and the sound of strange beasts trampling on the air came from the black fog. Then, Lin Feng and Wu Yang saw more than a dozen black-armored knights rushing out of the black fog. They were riding terrifying strange beasts. Each of them was holding a war spear. The war spears in their hands trembled slightly. It was as if they could collapse the void. Seeing this scene, the 2 of them were extremely shocked. Such terrifying black-armored knights. They were definitely heaven-defying existences. They're not living people, but puppets. To think that they could refine puppets to such a powerful level. This is unbelievable. Lin Feng couldn't help but exclaim after seeing through the black-armored knights. Wu Yang said, "These black-armored knights are puppets refined from the corpses of supreme experts. This refining method is truly superb. It's as if they were refined into new living beings. What are they guarding? Could it be an immortal estate or a great tomb?" Lin Feng thought of a possibility. This was the world inside the primal Chaos Gate. If they were guarding an immortal estate or a great tomb, didn't that mean that the immortal estate or tomb these black-armored knights were guarding was left behind by the mortals? Chapter 2946. Let's observe the situation first, Taoist Wu Yang said. Lin Feng whispered, "What do you think is down there?" Surrounded by mountains is a trap, a lake with water is a lake, a mountain ridge in the distance is like a dragon, and a dragon trapped in a lake is a tomb, Taoist Wu Yang said. This damn Taoist Wu Liang was indeed an expert in tomb raiding. He was able to see through the clues with just a casual observation. It was impossible not to admire Taoist Wu Liang. Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang hid in the dark, wanting to see how Gong Zhongya, Sheng Yuandao, and the woman would deal with the dozen black-armored knights. Destroy them, Sheng Yuandao said with an indifferent expression. He was very strong and had confidence in himself. Swish. With a flash of light, Sheng Yuandao took out a halberd. Holding the halberd, his body exuded boundless battle intent. At this moment, Sheng Yuandao seemed to have transformed into a primordial war god, possessing boundless battle strength. With a wave of his sword, he could shatter the heavens, not to mention the myriad worlds of the universe. He was indeed worthy of being a top genius of the sacred god clan. His battle strength was absolutely heaven-defying. A blood-red sword appeared in Gong Zhongye's right hand. Clearly, it was also an extraordinary treasure. Compared to Sheng Yuandao's majestic aura, Gong Zhongye looked much calmer. However, no one dared to underestimate him. He had always been hiding his strength. However, his battle strength was terrifying to a heaven-defying extent. The woman took out a fire dragon whip. The fire dragon whip was also a powerful supreme treasure. He had refined the soul of a fire dragon into the whip. Furthermore, the fire dragon whip was made from the tendons of a fire dragon. At the same time, she had added dozens of powerful immortal materials. It was definitely an extraordinary treasure. Now that it had fallen into the hands of the woman, it could be said that it complemented each other. Clap, 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 clap. The woman waved the fire dragon whip in her hand. Suddenly, the fire dragon whip emitted a series of violent sounds. Even the void was almost shattered by the impact. Gong Zhongye, Sheng Yuandao, and the woman attacked the dozen black-armored knights. The two sides immediately engaged in an intense battle, but Gong Zhongye, Sheng Yuandao, and the woman were quickly defeated. Although the three of them had heaven-defying battle strength, the black-armored knights were too powerful. In the battle between the two sides, the three of them repeatedly encountered danger. He was almost killed. In the end, the three of them left the battlefield. With just the three of us, I'm afraid it will be very difficult to defeat these black-armored knights, Sheng Yuandao said with a gloomy expression. How about we find the heavenly demon emperor's son and the others? The female cultivator said. Sheng Yuandao and Gong Zini frowned slightly. They didn't want to share the opportunities here with others. However, with their current strength, it was difficult for them to enter. Gong Zhongye said, "Let's do it this way." The three of them quickly reached an agreement. Then, they quickly left to search for the heavenly demon emperor's son and the others. After the three of them left, the dozen or so black-armored knights entered the ice lake with the endless black fog. Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang walked out from their hiding place. These black-armored knights are so strong. Do you have a way to deal with them? Lin Feng asked. Follow me down to investigate. Let's see what's going on inside first. Immeasurable Taoist said. Lin Feng nodded and summoned the heavenly profound pagoda to protect him and Immeasurable Taoist. Then, the two of them quickly entered the ice lake. Soon, they reached the deepest part of the ice lake. In the deepest part of the ice lake, there was a huge abyss. This was the bottom of the lake. At the bottom of the abyss, terrifying demonic energy was constantly gushing out. It's down there. Lin Feng pointed at the abyss. He and Immeasurable Taoist carefully entered the abyss. Immeasurable Taoist kept looking around, constantly observing their surroundings. When they reached the bottom of the abyss, they saw a huge cave at the bottom. The space around the cave was slightly distorted. Outside the cave stood two huge stone statues. The statue on the left was a three-headed, six-armed demon god, while the statue on the right was a half-dragon with a human body and a dragon head. These are guardian statues. With a demon god and a half-dragon as guardians, this tomb is extraordinary. Immeasurable Taoist said, "Dong, dong, dong." At that moment, the sound of war drums came from the depths of the cave. This time, Lin Feng and Immeasurable Taoist were even closer to the war drums. Thus, they could hear them even more clearly. Ah! The two of them screamed and couldn't help but clutch their chests tightly. An unprecedented pain swept through their bodies. The sound of the war drums was very strange. It made them feel as if their hearts were about to explode. At that moment, black fog gushed out of the cave. More than a dozen black-armored knights riding strange beasts crushed the void and charged toward Lin Feng and Immeasurable Taoist. "Oh my God! Run!" Immeasurable Taoist shouted and turned to run. Whoosh! Lin Feng also rushed up. He was even faster, leaving Immeasurable Taoist far behind. After Lin Feng rushed out of the ice lake, he stood in the distance and looked at the ice lake. Not long after, Immeasurable Taoist escaped, followed by more than a dozen black-armored knights. The black-armored knights waved their war spears at Immeasurable Taoist, wanting to kill him. The spear light was very terrifying, instantly shattering the void. Just as it was about to hit Immeasurable Taoist, he casually took out a puppet. The puppet quickly grew bigger and blocked all the spear light attacks. Immeasurable Taoist took the opportunity to escape. The black-armored knights didn't chase after him. They looked coldly at Immeasurable Taoist and Lin Feng in the distance, then returned to the ice lake. "Immeasurable heavenly venerate my immortal. This is the only one I have left. Now, it's wasted." Immeasurable Taoist wailed and sat on the ground, panting heavily. "It's good enough that you made it out alive," Lin Feng said as he walked toward Immeasurable Taoist. Then, he continued, "There's definitely something terrifying in the Great Tomb, especially the sound of the war drums. It's too special. Fortunately, it only sounded a few times. If it sounded too much, I feel like my heart would explode." Lin Feng couldn't help but say. Immeasurable Taoist nodded and said, "It's definitely a powerful treasure. There's definitely something good in this great tomb, and there's more than one. It's worth searching for." Lin Feng said, "If you're not an emperor, I think it'll be very difficult to enter. Those black-armored knights are too powerful. Also, I noticed that the black armor they're wearing is an extremely powerful treasure. Now that young Master Nye and the others have left, when they return, there might be emperors following them. At that time, we might not have anything to do with it." Chapter 2947. Seeing Taoist Wuliang's frown, Lin Feng asked, "What's wrong? Did you discover something special?" Taoist Wuliang asked, "Have you heard of the Yin Yang tomb?" Lin Feng nodded. "Of course. There are two tombs in the Yin Yang tomb. Normally, the Yin tomb contains boundless killing intent, while the Yang tomb contains large amounts of treasures. Normally, the Yin tomb is revealed to the world, while the Yang tomb is hidden." At this point, Lin Feng's eyes lit up. "Are you trying to say that the tomb we're looking at is the Yin Yang tomb?" Taoist Wuliang said, "That's right. The tomb we're looking at today is the Yin Yang tomb. When I entered the abyss earlier, I observed it carefully. The abyss is filled with frigid water, and the 8 extremities are filled with Yin energy. The cave faces west, where the sun sets and the moon emerges, where the Yang vanishes and the Yin emerges. The abyss is low in the east and high in the west, where the dark Yin flows. When we entered the abyss, we heard the terrifying drumbeats. The drumbeats are so powerful, and there are over a dozen black-armored knights guarding the place. If this isn't the Yin tomb, then what is it?" When Lin Feng heard the boundless Taoist priest's explanation, he suddenly felt enlightened. Tomb raiding was a great field of study. Taoist Wuliang was amazing because he knew all sorts of secret techniques, and he was also very experienced. He was a veteran tomb raider who combined theory and practice to the extreme. There was no lack of armchair strategists in this world. One might learn a lot of theory, but when it came to practice, one would be completely dumbfounded, realizing that it was not the case at all. Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang left the frozen lake. "Where are we going?" Lin Feng asked. "The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. The sun rises in the east, where the first ray of sunlight shines. We should be heading east," Taoist Wuliang said. They were surrounded by mountains, and the undulating mountain ranges spanned over 25 kilometers. Lin Feng asked, "Are you saying that the Yang tomb might be under this mountain in the east?" Taoist Wuliang said, "That's indeed a possibility, but we'll need to find a dragon to determine if it's really here. Moreover, it's not that the Yang tomb isn't dangerous. The Yin tomb is indeed a land of death, But many times, it is also very dangerous. Once we enter it, we might encounter many terrifying things. Lin Feng could understand this. It would be strange if the Yang tomb had no danger at all. It was just that the Yang tomb was not as dangerous as the Yin tomb. He realized that he could learn a lot about tomb-raiding tombs. Of course, from Taoist Wu Yang's point of view, this was not a grave robbery. This should be called archaeological research. Taoist Wu Yang took out an ancient compass. This compass was very extraordinary. There were many special carvings on it, including true dragons, phoenixes, tautais, cheilants, and other sacred beasts. Was Wu Yang Feng's? Wu Yang is. Lu Wu Yang use. Was. Lin Feng was confused. How can a compass without a needle be used? What's with this compass? Lin Feng asked. Wu Yang grinned. This is a good treasure. I found it in an ancient tomb not long ago. It's called the heart compass. It's named after the words wishes come true. It's said that the compass will show you whatever you want it to show you. You need to use your heart to feel the compass. The compass doesn't have a needle because your heart is the needle. There's a compass like this? Lin Feng looked at the compass in Wu Yang's hand in shock. It was too extraordinary. This was the first time he had seen or even heard of such a compass. Of course, the heart compass is very precious and unique. You won't be able to find a second one in this world. Wu Yang's smile widened. It was clear that Taoist Wu Yang liked this treasure very much. It could be used at many crucial moments. Let me have a look at this compass, Lin Feng said. He wanted to carefully observe this compass. He also wanted to see if this compass was really the same as what the immeasurable Taoist said. Taoist Wu Yang looked at Lin Feng as if he was guarding against a thief and said, "Go play somewhere else. This is my lifeblood. What if you break it with your clumsy hands and feet? Can you afford it?" Then, Taoist Wu Yang took the heart plate and walked through the forest. He observed the heart plate while chanting an incantation and observing his surroundings. Lin Feng knew that Taoist Wu Yang was searching for Longding Shue. Finding the dragon cave was also the most difficult task. Once successful, they would be able to find the location of the tomb. Immeasurable Taoist's methods were extraordinary. He knew 8 scrolls of feng shui secret techniques. Therefore, Taoist Wu Yang would often use the contents of the 8 scrolls of feng shui secret techniques to search for the dragon. The tombs here were truly extraordinary. Even Taoist Wu Yang, who was an expert in tomb raiding, had failed time and time again in his search for the dragon cave. Taoist Wu Yang was full of the meaning of the phrase, "The more you fail, the braver you become." After failing 49 times in a row, the sky had already darkened. Taoist Wu Yang paced on the spot. Impossible. If there really is a tomb, there's no way we can't find it. He frowned slightly and looked up at the bright moon in the sky. At this moment, the moonlight was full. Taoist Wu Yang's eyes suddenly lit up. Heavenly Moon Acupuncture Technique. Taoist Wu Yang continued chanting the incantation with the heart plate in his hand. He flew into the air and used the power of the moon to support the heart plate. When the power of the moon descended on the heart plate, it was reflected back. The reflected light finally shone on a mountain peak. The light flashed and disappeared, but it was seen by Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang. Taoist Wu Yang cried out in surprise, "I found it! I really found it! I always thought that the tomb's entrance should be in the mountain range. I didn't expect it to be on a mountain peak." Lin Feng said, "Let's go and take a look." Next, the two of them soared into the sky and quickly flew towards the mountain. Soon, they arrived at the top of the mountain. The mountain peak was very cold. It was snowing heavily. The peak of the mountain was sealed in ice. Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang observed their surroundings. Lin Feng said, "Where do you think the entrance is?" Taoist Wu Yang said, "It should be up there somewhere. Let me make some deductions." As soon as he finished speaking, Taoist Wu Yang began to use a secret technique to deduce the entrance. Soon, his eyes lit up. "Found it," Taoist Wu Yang said as he quickly walked towards a cliff. Then, he punched the cliff in front of him. With a boom, the cliff fell off. Chapter 29:48. When Lin Feng and the boundless Taoist priest saw the stone door in front of them, they were overjoyed. The stone door should be the entrance to the great tomb. They should be able to enter the great tomb once they opened it. The stone door was densely covered with runes. These runes were very complex and filled with a mysterious power. Taoist Wu Liang studied the runes for a while, but he couldn't figure out how to break them. He then looked at Lin Feng and said, "How do you think we should break these runes?" Lin Feng looked at the runes and couldn't help but frown. They were indeed very complicated. Trying to break them wouldn't be easy. These runes are very ancient. After so many years, the power of time should have worn away most of the power of the runes. However, these runes still possess unimaginable power. I really don't know how powerful these runes were in the past. Lin Feng couldn't help but sigh. He tried to use different methods to break the runes on the stone door. Lin Feng's celestial master path's inheritance wasn't particularly complete. Lin Feng had never seen the celestial master path holy artifact, the stone scripture. He had only obtained a portion of the celestial master path's inheritance. Therefore, Lin Feng found it difficult to break some of the top-tier grand arrays. Fortunately, Lin Feng had studied all kinds of grand arrays over the years. Although the grand array before him was very powerful, it was still very difficult to break it. But with Lin Feng's efforts, he still managed to break it. When Taoist Wu Liang saw that Lin Feng had broken the grand array, he impatiently reached out to push open the stone door. A loud rumbling sound could be heard. The stone door was pushed open by Taoist Wu Liang. Taoist Wu Liang was the first to rush through the stone door. Lin Feng was the second to do so. All of a sudden, endless darkness surged forth. The darkness here was very strange. Even divine senses were suppressed, making it impossible to probe the surroundings. "Taoist, where are you?" Lin Feng asked. But the immeasurable Taoist didn't answer him. At this time, Lin Feng sensed that something was wrong. Swish, swish. Suddenly, a pair of cold eyes lit up in the darkness. It was a pair of pale green eyes, emitting a gloomy and terrifying aura. That pair of cold eyes stared coldly at Lin Feng. His eyes were filled with killing intent. When he saw those eyes, Lin Feng's mind couldn't help but tremble slightly. It was definitely a pair of terrifying eyes that made one's mind tremble. Lin Feng wanted to bring out his own magic weapon to protect his body, but at this time, Lin Feng found that he couldn't bring out his magic weapon. This place was very strange, suppressing his spirit sense and magic power. At this moment, Lin Feng felt like he had become an ordinary person. For a powerful cultivator to suddenly become an ordinary human was a terrible feeling. And now, Lin Feng was experiencing this terrible feeling. "Who are you?" Lin Feng took a deep breath and asked in a deep voice. "You're afraid," the mysterious existence said. "I'm not afraid of anything," Lin Feng said. "No, you're lying to yourself. You're afraid. Fear is spreading throughout your body." The mysterious existence continued. "What kind of existence are you?" Lin Feng asked again. "I can peek into the inner world of others. Your inner world is now filled with fear, and I like to see people filled with fear. I like all the negative emotions in people's lives. Fear, irritation, anxiety, unease, etc., 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 said the mysterious cultivator. A terrifying strength moved towards Lin Feng and enveloped him. That terrifying force enveloped Lin Feng's body. At that moment, Lin Feng felt as if his body was out of his control. Endless darkness engulfed him, wanting to drown him in darkness. At that moment, Lin Feng had the feeling that he had become a small boat in the middle of the ocean. He could be overturned at any moment by a huge wave. No, Lin Feng was unwilling to be swallowed by the darkness. He struggled, but the more he struggled, the faster the darkness swallowed him. When Lin Feng was about to be swallowed by the darkness, when Lin Feng's consciousness was about to be drowned, suddenly, a ball of light appeared in the endless darkness. Then, a man walked out of the ball of light. Defeat all the powerhouses of the heavens. Open your eyes. You will find that you are destined to have a fearless heart. No one can make you fall into fear. Your heart is incomparably strong. You are my son. You will be fearless. The mysterious existence said aloud. After Lin Feng heard that voice, he struggled to open his eyes. "Father," in the darkness, Lin Feng muttered. He saw his father. A fearless heart. Lin Feng roared and began to struggle. He wanted to break free. He wanted to obtain freedom. The darkness will not be able to devour my heart. Fear will eventually become a thing of the past. Ah! Lin Feng roared. Swoosh! In the next moment, there was a flash of light, and the darkness in front of him disappeared without a trace. Lin Feng found himself in a stone cave. Taoist Wuliang was not beside him, and he did not know where he had gone. Where is this stone cave? Where is the stone door? Is the stone door a teleportation array? I was teleported to this place after entering the stone door? Lin Feng could not help but ponder. Then, he thought of the terrifying scene he had experienced earlier. His eyes looked at a table not far away. It was a stone table, and on the table was a pitch-black stone ball. The stone ball was not particularly big. It was about the size of a bowl, and its surface was uneven. What is this? Lin Feng's eyelids twitched violently when he saw the stone ball. He felt that everything that had just happened was related to the stone ball. The stone ball seemed to be emitting a demonic power. Stone of Fear, the Demon Lord said. Stone of Fear? What is that? Lin Feng could not help but ask in confusion. This was the first time he had heard of something like a Stone of Fear. Chapter 29:49. What? If you die in the illusion, you will die in the real world? Lin Feng was shocked when he heard the Demon Lord's words. If that was the case, the Stone of Fear was simply too terrifying. Can something like the Stone of Fear be forged into a powerful magic treasure? Lin Feng asked. He had already experienced the power of the Stone of Fear, so he knew how terrifying it was. If the Stone of Fear could be forged into a treasure, how terrifyingly powerful would it be? It can indeed be forged into a treasure. However, ordinary people do not know the forging method. Therefore, even if you have the Stone of Fear, it is very difficult to forge it into a powerful treasure. Demon Lord said. Lin Feng said regretfully, it would be a pity if there is no forging method for such an extraordinary immortal iron. If it is left untouched, it would be a waste of the immortal iron. Yao Jun said, actually, it's not like there's no way. That's to cut the fear stone into pieces and polish it into the shape of a gem. Look at many treasures. For example, some treasured swords are embedded with various gems. In fact, those gems are not just for decoration. Many gems have some special functions that can increase the power of treasured swords. Lin Feng nodded. He also knew what the Demon Lord was talking about. In fact, it was not just swords. Many treasures were also embedded with special items. The embedded items were not only gems, but also other things. For example, some beast cores, treasured bones, immortal iron, and so on. After embedding these items, the power of the treasures would be greatly increased. If I polished the Stone of Fear into a gem and embed it into a treasure, wouldn't it be a waste of the treasure? I feel that the power will be weakened a lot. Lin Feng said. Demon Lord said, indeed, the power will be weakened a lot. However, this is the only way. Lin Feng said, all right, let's do it this way. When I get out, I will find a way to cut the Stone of Fear and polish it into a gem before embedding it into my Primal Chaos Ancient Lamp. Lin Feng's Primal Chaos Ancient Lamp had been infused with many precious materials. Its power was now close to the level of a monarch weapon. It should be noted that the Primal Chaos Ancestral Chi and Black-Yellow Ancestral Chi were supreme treasures that could be forged into immortal tools, but Lin Feng had integrated them into the Primal Chaos Ancient Lamp at the same time. The Primal Chaos Ancient Lamp was incomparably terrifying. If the Dreadstone was embedded into the Primal Chaos Ancient Lamp, the lamp would be able to create illusions like the Dreadstone, causing people to fall into endless fear. The power of the Primal Chaos Ancient Lamp would be greatly enhanced. Thinking of this, Lin Feng couldn't help but reveal a happy expression. Lin Feng quickly kept the Stone of Fear. Then, he looked around and realized that there was nothing else in the cave other than the Stone of Fear. There was only a passageway that led to another place. Lin Feng walked towards the tunnel, only to see that it was pitch black and he couldn't see anything. A cold and gloomy aura filled the air. This should be the Yang Tomb, right? Taoist Wu Liang was right. Most of the treasures are distributed in the Yang Tomb. I've only just entered the Yang tomb, yet I've already obtained a stone of fear. I wonder if I'll be able to find other treasures later? Lin Feng could not help but ponder. He had no idea where Taoist Wu Liang had been teleported to, so he had to make haste. Taoist Wu Liang was the founder of the tomb raiding world. He definitely knew how to find treasures in tombs. Although Lin Feng had come into contact with tomb raiding before, he wasn't particularly familiar with it. Be careful. The aura here doesn't feel right, the demon lord warned. Lin Feng's heart skipped a beat. He couldn't help but ask, Demon Lord, did you sense something? It's a very strange feeling. I keep feeling that there's something wrong with this tomb. There's no harm in being careful, the Demon Lord said. Lin Feng nodded and carefully walked towards the passageway. Gusts of chilly wind started blowing in the passageway. After walking for over an hour, Lin Feng saw that the path ahead had become much wider. The belly of a mountain appeared in front of him. Next, Lin Feng entered the belly of the mountain. Stone sculptures. After entering the belly of the mountain, Lin Feng revealed a shocked expression. He saw over a dozen stone sculptures in the belly of the mountain. These stone sculptures were very unique. They were all strange-looking creatures. Lin Feng had never seen them before. For example, one of the creatures had the head of a qilin, but it had the eyes of a dragon, the nose of a tiger, the mouth of a crocodile, the ears of a cow, and the body of a goat. This creature was truly strange to the extreme. The stone sculptures were all damaged to varying degrees. The most severely damaged stone sculpture had already been broken down the middle. It fell to the ground. Lin Feng searched the belly of the mountain but found no treasures. Suddenly, Lin Feng felt a chill on his back. He felt as if pairs of cold and terrifying eyes were staring at him. It was an incomparably terrible feeling. Lin Feng hastily turned around, but he didn't see anything. Apart from him, there were only a dozen broken stone sculptures in the belly of the mountain. Are there secrets hidden in these stone sculptures? Lin Feng looked at the broken stone sculptures. He walked towards a broken stone statue and threw a punch at it, wanting to shatter it. But who would have thought that at that moment, the stone sculpture would open its eyes? Swoosh, swoosh. Two terrifying beams of light shot out from the stone sculpture's eyes. Then, the two beams of light bombarded Lin Feng. Bang, bang. Following the two violent collisions, Lin Feng was sent flying by the two beams of light. Even with Lin Feng's powerful body, he felt his qi and blood roiling. He almost coughed up a mouthful of blood. Roar. The stone sculpture let out a deep roar. This roar contained endless ferocity and cold killing intent. At this moment, the broken stone sculpture seemed to have transformed into an unparalleled immortal expert. Roar, roar, roar. At this moment, a series of low growls could be heard. The broken stone sculptures in the belly of the mountain had all come to life. He was coldly looking at Lin Feng. His killing intent was monstrous. They're not stone sculptures. They're all stone beings. Lin Feng's face changed. These living beings were not stone sculptures. They were terrifying stone beings. However, it was unknown who had destroyed the bodies of these stone beings. Therefore, the bodies of these stone beings were all badly damaged. The aura of these stone beings was overwhelming. They were simply too terrifying. There was no way to fight against them. Chapter 2950. The Stone Clan's creatures were terrifying. Moreover, there were so many of them, so there was no need to continue fighting against these damaged Stone Clan members. Lin Feng was extremely fast, turning into a bolt of lightning as he sped through the passageway. The dozen or so Stone Tribe members chased after him relentlessly, trying to catch up to Lin Feng. However, they were ultimately unable to catch up to Lin Feng. Lin Feng finally managed to shake off the dozen or so Stone Tribe members. He could finally heave a sigh of relief. Why are there so many incomplete Stone Tribe members in the Great Tomb? Lin Feng was extremely puzzled. Save me! Who can save me? A miserable shriek rang out from afar. Lin Feng's expression jolted. Wasn't that Taoist Wu Yang's shriek? He had no idea where that guy had been teleported to earlier. He had no idea what he had gone through to make him let out such a pitiful shriek. Lin Feng sped towards the source of the shriek. The passageways in the tomb extended in all directions. Lin Feng was very fast, and it didn't take long for him to see Taoist Wu Yang. The densely packed giant spider demons were surrounding Taoist Wu Yang, each of them emitting a terrifying aura. When Lin Feng saw those spiders, he couldn't help but take a deep breath. Those spiders were all golden. This was Lin Feng's first time seeing such a golden spider demon. Every spider demon could spit out dense golden threads, which could easily tear the void apart. Of course, the most terrifying thing about them was their binding ability. Taoist Wu Yang brought out defensive magic artifacts one after another to resist the attacks of the golden threads. However, those defensive magic artifacts were all entangled by the golden threads. Then, he lost all his divine power. This was the golden spider demon's web, which had an unimaginable binding ability. After immeasurable Taoist used more than 20 defensive magic weapons, he no longer had any defensive magic weapons to use. Taoist Wu Yang was so frightened that he kept shrieking. If he was entangled by the spider's web, he would probably die. Hurry up and help. Seeing Lin Feng rush out from the passageway, Taoist Immeasurable's eyes suddenly lit up and he shouted loudly. Lin Feng said with a smile, "It seems that I came just in time. If I had been a little late, you would have become a dish for these golden spider spirits." The Immeasurable Taoist said, "This Taoist grandpa is not destined to die. Even the heavens do not dare to accept me." Lin Feng summoned the heavenly flame. The 4 heavenly fires burned fiercely and flew toward the golden spider demon. Chi 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 chi. The heavenly fire directly ignited the spider web spat out by the golden spider demon. Lin Feng's heavenly fire was definitely the bane of these golden spider demons. One by one, the golden spider demons let out cries of terror and quickly fled. "We're finally out of danger." Taoist Wu Yang let out a long sigh and sat down on the ground. "You have quite a few defensive treasures on you. Give me a few to protect myself," Lin Feng said. "You have emperor-level defensive treasures on you. You don't need my defensive treasures at all," Immeasurable Taoist hurriedly said. If Immeasurable Taoist wanted something from him, it would be worse than killing him. Taoist Wu Yang hurriedly put away all the defensive treasures on the ground. Lin Feng pursed his lips and looked disdainfully at the stingy Taoist Wu Yang. Then, he asked, "Did you find the main burial chamber in this tomb?" "I did find the main burial chamber. Those golden spider demons appeared next to the main burial chamber. They are probably guarding the main burial chamber. Come with me. We'll go take a look at the main burial chamber," Taoist Wu Yang said. Lin Feng nodded and followed Taoist Wu Yang to the main burial chamber. After making many turns in the passageway, they arrived outside a huge cave. The cave was sealed by a stone door. However, there was no end to the stone door. There were huge holes on the walls on both sides of the cave, and there were many golden spider demons living in those holes. The golden spider demons crawled out of the holes and looked at Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang with cold eyes. Their eyes were filled with killing intent. Lin Feng took out his 4 heavenly flames. The golden spider demons immediately let out ear-piercing screeches. Clearly, they were very afraid of Lin Feng's heavenly flames. Therefore, the golden spider demons did not choose to attack Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang. However, they did not choose to retreat either. Screech! A sharp, ear-piercing cry came from the largest hole, and a purple-gold spider spirit crawled out. The purple-gold spider demon should be the king of the golden spider demons. "Humans, this is the resting place of the burial chamber's master. There is nothing you want here. If you want treasures, just follow the passageway. Soon, you will know what the treasures here are. When the time comes, you will be able to harvest them." The purple-gold spider demon looked coldly at Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang. If it were not for Lin Feng's heavenly flames, the golden spider demons would have already attacked Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang. Taoist Wu Yang said, "This Taoist pays his respects to every grave he comes across. Since I'm here today, I naturally have to pay my respects to this almighty." Lin Feng said, "We'll be out soon. If you want to fight, we'll fight." The purple-gold spider demon's eyes were extremely gloomy. After pondering for a long time, it ordered the other golden spider demons to retreat. Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang pushed open the stone door and entered the main burial chamber. There was a stone bed in the main burial chamber. On the bed was a skeleton. Its body had long decayed. Can the body of an expert of this level be destroyed? Lin Feng asked with a frown. The demon lord said, if one's body was severely injured when they were alive, and if they died as a result, their body would not be able to survive for long periods of time. Only a complete body can survive for long periods of time without decaying. However, if too much time passes, no body can be preserved. It will also be destroyed by the power of time. Lin Feng said, I just don't know where this expert came from. This junior kowtows to you. We came here with no intention of offending you. If we have offended you, please forgive us, senior. Taoist Wu Yang sincerely kowtowed to the mysterious expert. Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang kowtowed to the mysterious expert. This was their respect for an expert who had already passed away. After kowtowing 9 times, Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang hurriedly got up and looked around the main burial chamber to see if there were any treasures left behind. There were many burial items here. For example, there were some treasures, pills, scrolls, jade tubes, and so on. These items were extremely valuable in the past, but they were all destroyed now. Too much time had passed, and anything could have been destroyed by the power of time. Lin Feng found a bronze cauldron in the corner of the burial chamber. He opened the cauldron. Suddenly, holy light surged out from within the cauldron. Then, the voice of the heavenly Tao echoed in the main burial chamber. Chapter 29:51. Such a dazzling holy light was truly shocking. Moreover, the item within the cauldron was emanating an extremely intense fluctuation. At that moment, Lin Feng finally saw what it was. It was a fist-sized crystal. Sealed within the crystal was a clump of immortal liquid. He didn't know the origin of the immortal liquid, but it was simply too extraordinary. It was emanating shocking fluctuations. Taoist Wu Liang also noticed the extraordinary treasure within Lin Feng's cauldron. He quickly ran over. Heavens! It's actually something like that. Taoist Wu Liang exclaimed. His eyes almost popped out of their sockets. He recognized the item in Lin Feng's hand. You recognize what this is? Lin Feng looked at Taoist Wu Liang in astonishment. He couldn't help but mutter in his heart. This damn Taoist was truly experienced and knowledgeable. It seemed like there was nothing he didn't recognize. Taoist Wu Liang was so excited when he saw the item that his smile stretched all the way to his ears. He said, This is World Immortal Liquid. World Immortal Liquid? What's that? Lin Feng couldn't help but ask. It's the essence of a great world. Because it's too dense, it transformed into this immortal liquid. Taoist Wu Liang said, What? The essence of a great world? Lin Feng couldn't help but be shocked. Lin Feng knew that cultivators had essences, but this was the first time he'd heard that great worlds had essences as well. Thus, Taoist Wu Liang's words shocked Lin Feng greatly. Taoist Wu Liang said, The great world can evolve. It is said that the great world has a world spirit, and it will continue to evolve over a long period of time. Therefore, among the 3,000 great worlds, some great worlds are strong while some are weak. You see, in the previous war, many great worlds were destroyed because those great worlds were not strong enough to withstand the destructive power caused by the war. Therefore, those great worlds were destroyed one after another. However, some of the more powerful great worlds remained unscathed. I see. I didn't think that great worlds could produce essences like cultivators. Lin Feng sighed. Taoist Wu Liang said, Hurry up and open it. We'll split it in half. It'll definitely be able to greatly increase our cultivation. Lin Feng pointed at the purple gold spider spirit, who was staring coldly at him and Taoist Wu Liang. We can't stay here for long. Let's get out of here first. Lin Feng said. Taoist Wu Liang had no objections and left the main tomb with Lin Feng. The two of them found a secluded place and split the world essence into 2, one for each of them. Then, they began to refine the world essence to improve their cultivation bases. Lin Feng couldn't help but take a deep breath. He didn't know how effective something like a major world's origin source was, but just by hearing its name, he knew it was definitely extraordinary. Lin Feng hoped that it would bring about a better effect. Under the operation of the Archean Dragonesque elephant skill, the macro world's origin was constantly refined into the purest energy origin, and this energy source was completely absorbed by Lin Feng. After absorbing the pure energy of the macro world's origin energy, Lin Feng could clearly feel that the magic power in his body was steadily increasing. Moreover, Lin Feng could clearly feel that his magic power was constantly transforming. With the transformation of his magic power, Lin Feng was gradually approaching the edge of a breakthrough. Finally, all the macro world's origin was refined and absorbed by Lin Feng. A beam of tribulation light appeared between Lin Feng's eyebrows. Through this beam of tribulation light, Lin Feng felt a heavy, oppressive force. That was the oppressive force of the heavenly Tao on him. It was rolling like a mountain, rolling like the sea, so oppressive that one couldn't breathe. The oppressive force of the heavenly Tao was too terrifying. This indicated how difficult it would be for Lin Feng to break through to the quasi-emperor realm in the future. The beam of tribulation light has appeared. Now, I can try to break through. Lin Feng couldn't help but say to himself. He was very happy that he could finally try to break through. Now, Lin Feng had immortal stones and half-immortal stones on him. He didn't need to worry about the energy needed to break through to the quasi-emperor realm. Now, Lin Feng's only worry was that he didn't have a strong enough opportunity to help him complete this breakthrough. If he could refine a heavenly flame, this breakthrough would be successful. Lin Feng had made up his mind to see if he could find an opportunity to kill the heavenly demon emperor's son. If he couldn't kill the heavenly demon emperor's son, then he would refine the reincarnation immortal sect's reincarnation everlasting fire. As for the unparalleled master of the reincarnation everlasting fire, Lin Feng didn't care anymore. With the arrival of the apocalypse, the most reliable thing to do was to raise his cultivation as soon as possible. He couldn't worry too much about what would happen in the future. Not long after, Taoist Wu Liang also woke up from his cultivation. This guy was jumping and jumping around, looking very happy. Clearly, refining the macro world's origin had raised his cultivation by a lot. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so excited. Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang continued to walk deeper into the passage. This should be the way to the Yin tomb, right? Lin Feng asked. Taoist Wu Liang nodded. That's right. This is the way to the Yin tomb. Most of the treasures in the Yang tomb should have been taken already. It's time to take a look at the Yin tomb. Damn, what treasures did you get in the Yang tomb? Lin Feng couldn't help but ask Taoist Wu Liang. Previously, Lin Feng had obtained the Stone of Fear. The second thing he had obtained was the macro world's origin. Anyone who saw the macro world's origin would have a share, and Taoist Wu Liang had given half of it. Of course, both items were incomparably precious. However, the treasures in the Yang tomb shouldn't just be those. It seemed that Taoist Wu Liang had gotten there first. This guy was proficient in tomb raiding, so he must know the locations of the treasures inside the tomb like the back of his hand. Taoist Wu Liang said, "The living don't ask about the dead. Since it's already been taken, don't ask about it, especially in a tomb. Asking about it is a taboo. It's easy to attract some unclean things." The damn Taoist's words were very frightening. Lin Feng couldn't help but roll his eyes when he heard this, but he didn't continue asking. Finally, Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang entered the Yin tomb. The Yin tomb also had a main tomb. They had just entered the main tomb of the Yin tomb. Endless black fog rolled, followed by earth-shaking battle cries that resounded through the world. Rumble. A loud sound shook the sky. Within the black fog, an army of thousands of men and horses charged at Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang. The scene before his eyes was simply too terrifying. Anyone who saw the army of thousands of men and horses charging at them would probably fall into deep despair. Lin Feng also felt a chill run down his spine. He wanted to turn and run, but he soon felt that something was wrong. There couldn't be an army of thousands of men and horses here. What the hell is this? At worst, we'll just fight. Chapter 2952. Similarly, Taoist Wu Liang took out a powerful magic treasure and charged at the charging army. Bam! The two sides clashed, producing a violent sound of collision. A world-destroying shockwave surged out, causing the void to collapse. Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang relied on their powerful magic treasures to fight an intense battle against the attacking army. The stone swords soared into the sky, slicing apart one terrifying creature after another. Lin Feng discovered that these creatures were not made of flesh and blood. Instead, they were illusory forms. Lin Feng opened his snake eyes and gazed into the distance. He saw a battle banner floating in the air. The banner was slightly swaying, and in a flash, an army of thousands of men and horses was forming. Heavens! What kind of treasure is that? Lin Feng's face was filled with disbelief when he saw the war banner. It was too shocking. It was just a war banner, yet it could unleash such heaven-defying power. It was unbelievable. It's a war banner. The entire army was created by that war flag. Lin Feng said solemnly. What? An army of thousands of men and horses evolved from a single banner? Could it be the legendary Ironblood war banner? Taoist Wu Yang could not help but exclaim, "What is the Ironblood war banner?" Lin Feng couldn't help but ask. There were too many supreme treasures in the world. Lin Feng had only heard of a few treasures. For example, he had never heard of the Ironblood war banner that Taoist Wu Yang was talking about. The Ironblood war banner is a heaven-defying supreme treasure created by an extremely terrifying existence from the celestial realm. It is said that a gentle wave of the banner can summon an army to fight against the enemy. Taoist Wu Yang said. Lin Feng was shocked. There was such a heaven-defying treasure? It was unbelievable. However, Lin Feng soon felt that something was amiss. He said, if it's a supreme treasure created by that terrifying expert from the celestial realm, the army it can summon shouldn't be this weak, right? Taoist Wu Yang said. Perhaps it's sealed. If its full power is released, we will be instantly drowned by the army. However, it has given us a chance to obtain the Ironblood war banner. Ha ha ha, you already have enough treasures. Give this Ironblood war banner to me. He channeled his magic power with all his might and began a massacre, forcibly tearing a path through the army. Lin Feng quickly approached the Ironblood war banner. If what Taoist Wu Yang said was true, the Ironblood war banner was definitely a heaven-defying supreme treasure. It was an extraordinary treasure. He naturally had to obtain it as quickly as possible. Bullshit. You clearly have a lot of treasures. This Ironblood war flag should be mine. The immeasurable Taoist could not help but roar and attack with all his might, wanting to snatch the Ironblood war banner. He took out talisman after talisman of the three pure ones, a total of 5 of them. The talisman of the three pure ones unleashed its might and annihilated the army that was charging at him. 3 pure ones. When Lin Feng saw the talisman, he had the urge to kill Taoist Wu Yang with a single punch. He had used up all the talisman of the 3 pure ones. He had no more talisman of the 3 pure ones. That was something that Taoist Wu Yang had said countless times. But now, this damn Taoist actually took out so many talismans of the 3 pure ones. This guy's words really couldn't be trusted. Taoist Wu Yang used this opportunity to quickly approach the Ironblood war banner. Dong, 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 however. Right at that moment, the sound of drums could be heard. Lin Feng looked in another direction and saw a huge drum floating in the black fog. The drum was wrapped in beast skin. When the drum sounded, Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang felt as if their hearts were about to split open. It was an extremely painful feeling. The two of them had heard the drum before. Now, they finally found the source of the drum. Dong, dong, dong. The drum sounded again. Wah, wah. Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Yang could not withstand the terrifying drum sound. They could not help but vomit mouthfuls of blood. Their faces were as pale as paper. This kind of drum sound was a bit too terrifying. It could be described as horrifying. There was no way to resist it. Run! Lin Feng shouted. He wanted to retreat. The drum sound made him feel an aura of death enveloping him. Lin Feng felt as if he had fallen into an endless hell. His body was strong, and he had the undying divine body. Although he was injured by the drum sound, the injuries he suffered were not particularly serious. Taoist Wu Yang, on the other hand, was bleeding from all 7 of his orifices. He was in a terrible state. Immeasurable heavenly sovereign, what kind of drum is this? Taoist Wu Yang could not help but wail. He had explored countless ancient tombs and had dabbled in all kinds of treasures. However, he had never seen such a strange drum. The drum was too terrifying. It was definitely a great killing machine. Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang were about to retreat. At that moment, the demon lord transmitted his voice to Lin Feng. This is the sky drum. It is the drum that commands the Heaven Realm's army to attack when there is a war in the Heaven Realm. It is infused with endless killing intent, which is why it is so terrifying. Hurry up and use your haki to resist the sky drum's attack. Then, quickly approach the sky drum and drip your blood on it. Hearing the demon lord's words, Lin Feng's spirit suddenly rose. He did not hesitate and used his 3 haki. The 3 haki formed a powerful magnetic field. When the sky drum sounded again, the sound of the drum was greatly weakened by Lin Feng's magnetic field. The damage that Lin Feng received was also greatly reduced. Then, Lin Feng quickly rushed toward the sky drum. Are you crazy? Taoist Wuliang could not help but roar when he saw Lin Feng rushing toward the sky drum. This was an extremely dangerous thing. He could lose his life at any time. However, Lin Feng did not retreat. Dong, dong, dong. As Lin Feng quickly approached, the sound of the sky drum became more and more intense. The power contained in the sound of the drum also became more and more terrifying. The sound of the drum was extremely hurried. It almost shattered Lin Feng's heart. Lin Feng's extremely strong physical body started to crack like a piece of porcelain. This was an extremely terrifying scene. It made one's hair stand on end. Lin Feng even felt that his body was about to explode. The sky drum was really terrifying. It was indeed a treasure that had been infused with the endless killing intent of the Heaven Realm's army. Lin Feng roared. He circulated his immortal divine body with all his might. Before his body collapsed, Lin Feng quickly rushed to the sky drum and cut his right palm. Bang! Lin Feng's blood-stained palm fiercely slapped the sky drum. Then, Lin Feng's blood was absorbed by the sky drum. Chapter 29:53. The heavenly drum's bell finally stopped ringing. Lin Feng could clearly feel a mysterious connection between him and the heavenly drum. This connection allowed him to clearly sense the heavenly drum's aura. At this moment, the heavenly drum and Lin Feng had merged together. The heavenly drum seemed to have become a part of Lin Feng's body. This was definitely a heaven-defying treasure. Lin Feng had already experienced how terrifying the heavenly drum was. If not for the fact that his physical body was comparable to an immortal emperor's, and that his immortal divine body could quickly heal his damaged body, Lin Feng would not have been able to obtain it. Lin Feng would not have been able to obtain the heavenly drum. Such a treasure was simply too terrifying. No one could get close to it. However, the result today was extremely delightful. The heavenly drum had become Lin Feng's treasure. Ha 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 ha, the Iron Blood War flag is mine. At this moment, Taoist Wu Liang suddenly laughed. This treasure was also extremely extraordinary. When Lin Feng obtained the heavenly drum, Taoist Wu Liang obtained the Iron Blood War flag. Immediately after, Taoist Wu Liang wailed, "This is not the real Iron Blood War flag. This is just a secondary flag." Anyone could hear how depressed Taoist Wu Liang was. Lin Feng asked, "What's the difference between the secondary flag and the real Iron Blood War flag?" Taoist Wu Liang said, "Once the real Iron Blood War flag is waved, it can summon immortal soldiers and divine generals. It can kill gods and Buddhas in its way. However, the army summoned by the secondary flag is far weaker. However, the material of this secondary flag should be pretty good. It seems to have fused with the same material as the Iron Blood War flag. That's why it's much more powerful than the other secondary flags." The Iron Blood War flag was the war flag of the commander. When the war flag was waved, the army would trample the heavens and the earth. The secondary flag was the flag used by the general to command the army. This was because every general commanded a different army. Therefore, the secondary flags were also different. The power of these secondary flags was also different. Although the sub-flag obtained by Taoist Wuliang could not be compared to the Iron Blood War flag, it was still an extremely powerful treasure that could display terrifying battle prowess. Previously, Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang had already experienced the might of this flag. At a critical moment, it could definitely play a role in reversing the situation. Now that Lin Feng had obtained the heavenly drum, a heaven-defying treasure, the Iron Blood War flag's sub-banner had been taken by the immeasurable Taoist. So be it. In the future, he might be able to obtain the real Iron Blood War flag. Boom. At this time, violent fluctuations came from outside. A great battle was about to break out. Taoist Wuliang said. Young Master Nie's group must have found a lot of experts. However, by the time they enter, they will find that this place is already empty. All the treasures have been taken by us. I wonder what kind of expression they will have then. Taoist Wuliang had a gloating look on his face. Thinking of the scene described by Taoist Wuliang, Lin Feng could not help but smile. Lin Feng said, "Perhaps there will be great emperors coming. Let's go. We can't stay here for long." Taoist Wuliang nodded and returned to the Yang tomb with Lin Feng. 2 hours later, the group finally destroyed the puppets guarding the Yin tomb. There were many experts in this group. For example, young Master Nie, Sheng Yuandao, the mysterious female cultivator, the heavenly demon emperor's son, Shin Daotian, and 7 or 8 other top experts of the younger generation. Each of them had an extraordinary background, and each of them had a deeper and more terrifying aura than the last. However, the most eye-catching ones were an old cultivator from the Qinwu people and a middle-aged cultivator from the ancient god clan. The old cultivator from the Qinwu people was the Tao protector of the heavenly demon emperor's son. The middle-aged cultivator from the ancient god clan was called Shun Yueya. He was one of the great emperors of the ancient god clan, and his cultivation was unfathomable. Under the leadership of 2 great emperors, they were able to destroy the puppets. From this, one could see how terrifying the puppets were and how difficult it was to enter the Yin tomb. After entering the Yin tomb, they immediately discovered that it was empty. The female cultivator couldn't help but wonder. There was the sound of a drum earlier. There should be a drum-type treasure here. The female cultivator with the enchanting figure was called Morong Hanju. She was a genius from an extremely mysterious royal clan of the myriad races. This is the Yin Yang tomb. The old golden crow narrowed his eyes. He could see through the clues of this tomb. As expected of a great emperor, he was very knowledgeable. What? Yin Yang tomb? Could it be that we're attacking the Yin tomb? Shang Yuandao asked in shock. That's right. The old golden crow nodded and said, "We are attacking the Yin tomb." Yang tombs are usually very well hidden and are very difficult to find. However, Yang tombs are often connected to Yin tombs. Since we have already entered the Yin tomb, it means that the Yang tomb must be nearby. Let's go look for the Yang tomb now. The drum-type magic tool might have already entered the Yang tomb. The group quickly searched for the passage to the Yang tomb and soon found it. However, after entering the Yang tomb, they didn't find any treasures. In the end, they found the main tomb. The purple gold spider spirit coldly said, "Someone has already been here. They are a Taoist and a young human cultivator. They took many treasures from the Yang tomb, including the heavenly drum and the Iron Blood War banner." Hearing the purple gold spider spirit's words, the group of people was shocked. "Lin Feng, it's Lin Feng," Gong Zhong Ye said with a gloomy expression. The others nodded with gloomy expressions. Shang Yuandao coldly said, "And that Taoist who doesn't know what's good for him. He said he would dig up the ancestral tombs of our ancestors." Before they left, they killed the purple gold spider spirit and many other golden spider spirits. These golden spider spirits were highly toxic and could be refined into top-grade poisons. Then, they entered the main tomb and took the skeleton away. After leaving the main tomb, the group was attacked by a dozen or so stone tribe members. Although they were protected by 2 great emperors, they still suffered casualties. 4 of their top geniuses died. This was definitely a huge matter for the myriad races because there weren't that many top geniuses in the myriad races. Every death was a loss for the myriad races. Even the heavenly demon emperor's son, Gong Zhongye, Sheng Yuandao, and the others were injured to varying degrees. The 2 great emperors were beaten to the point of vomiting blood. The stone tribe members were too terrifying. Chapter 2954. After Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang left the Yang tomb, They began to look for a place to study the treasures they had recently obtained. Lin Feng didn't know what other treasures Taoist Wu Liang had obtained apart from the Iron Blood War flag. Of course, Lin Feng didn't care about that now. He only cared about the heavenly drum he had obtained. The two found a hidden cave and began to cultivate in seclusion. After Lin Feng took out the heavenly drum, he began to concentrate on sensing the aura of the drum. His divine sense invaded the heavenly drum, and he immediately heard earth-shaking shouts. Lin Feng found himself in the world formed by the heavenly drum. There was an endless sky and endless thunderclouds. The sound of the war drum shook the heavens and earth. At a glance, within the thunderclouds, there were countless terrifying creatures densely packed together. Every single one of them was like an immortal, and their battle prowess was heaven-defying. Heavenly soldiers and heavenly generals. After seeing those existences, Lin Feng couldn't help but take a deep breath. The heavenly drum absorbed the endless killing intent of the heavenly soldiers and heavenly generals and finally became a peerless divine weapon. Now, the figures of these heavenly soldiers and heavenly generals were also imprinted on the heavenly drum. Lin Feng felt that the figures of these heavenly soldiers and heavenly generals had greatly increased the power of the heavenly drum. Once the heavenly drum erupted with powerful power, it would definitely be able to destroy the heavens and earth and destroy the sun, moon, and sky. Such a treasure was truly a peerless treasure. Being able to obtain the heavenly drum this time was truly a great fortune and a great opportunity. After coming out of seclusion, Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang left and continued to search for the location of the immortal mountain mentioned in the scroll. However, not long after, Lin Feng discovered that some cultivators were looking at them from afar. "It's the cultivators of the myriad races," Taoist Wu Liang said with a frown. Lin Feng nodded and sped up with Taoist Wu Liang. However, they were still discovered by the great Emperor Realm experts in the end. The old golden crow and Shun Yueya flew over from afar and looked coldly at Lin Feng, their eyes flashing with a dense killing intent. In addition to these two great emperors, there were also the son of the heavenly demon emperor, Gong Zhongye, Sheng Yuandao, Murong Hanju, and others. There were many cultivators watching the show. Most of them were cultivators from the myriad races, extraterrestrial races, and other foreign forces. "Isn't that Lin Feng?" Someone recognized Lin Feng. The name Lin Feng was simply too familiar to the myriad races, extraterrestrial races, and cultivators from other forces. Moreover, everyone had the urge to gnash their teeth at Lin Feng. After seeing Lin Feng, he couldn't wait to cut Lin Feng into pieces. This was because it was Lin Feng's appearance that had shattered the confidence of the myriad races, the extraterrestrial races, and the other cultivators from the outside world. Lin Feng's strength made these three forces feel incomparably sullen. The cultivators of these three forces were all high and mighty, looking down on everyone else. Being suppressed by Lin Feng to the point that they could not even lift their heads, the cultivators from the three forces naturally hated Lin Feng to the bone. "He's that human Lin Feng?" Many people were surprised and then cried out in surprise. After all, there were only a few people who had seen Lin Feng before. Now that they knew that the cultivator surrounded by the great emperors was Lin Feng, they were filled with killing intent. The cultivators from the myriad races, extraterrestrial races, and other foreign forces immediately revealed killing intent. Everyone looked at Lin Feng with a gloating expression. Two great emperors and so many top experts of the younger generation. This time, Lin Feng would definitely die, right? Could that Taoist be the damned Taoist who threatened to dig up the graves of our ancestors? Someone pointed at the immeasurable Taoist and said through gritted teeth. The immeasurable Taoist's words earlier made the cultivators of the myriad races gnash their teeth in hatred. "That's right. It's that damned Taoist. I've seen him before," a cultivator from the myriad races said, confirming that cultivators' guess. "You can wear out iron shoes in a fruitless search only to find it without any effort. Lin Feng and that damned Taoist are on the must-kill list of our myriad races. Now, we can get rid of them in one go." A cultivator from the myriad races sneered. He looked at Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist as if they were looking at dead people. In their opinion, Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist would definitely die today. This is troublesome. This is troublesome. The immeasurable Taoist's face turned the color of pig liver. He was so scared that his whole body trembled. Lin Feng's expression also became extremely gloomy. He was actually surrounded by two great emperors. This was indeed troublesome. However, Lin Feng had the stone of destiny that senior sister Shui Linglong had given him. This stone could change one's fate once. At this time, it might play a key role. However, Lin Feng quickly gave up on this idea because he saw a cultivator walking over from afar. It was a savage. His hair was disheveled. If he walked on the street, many people would think that he was a beggar. The savage and Lin Feng's father's clan had a very deep relationship. Lin Feng even suspected that the savage was his protector. Even if he wasn't, the savage would still protect him. Now that he saw the savage, he didn't fear the Golden Crow and Shen Yueyao at all. The savage's arrival couldn't be hidden from the Golden Crow and Shen Yueyao. They frowned and soared into the sky, facing the savage. Is that a great emperor of the human race? Could it be the great emperor behind Lin Feng? No wonder Lin Feng dares to attack the myriad races, the races from outside, and the cultivators from other places. It turns out that Master Turtle isn't the only one behind him. There's also a powerful great emperor behind him. I've seen this savage great emperor attack before. He made a great emperor from outside vomit blood with a single punch. His battle prowess is terrifying. He's definitely not a low-level great emperor. He's probably one of the stronger great emperors. The Golden Crow by the heavenly demon emperor's son's side is terrifying. Just look at his grave expression. You can tell how powerful that savage is. Many people whispered. The heavenly demon emperor's son stepped forward and said indifferently, "It's good that the great emperors don't get involved. If they do, then it'll be meaningless. Have you thought about how you're going to die today?" Gong Zhongya, Sheng Yuandao, Morong Hanju, and the other four top geniuses stepped forward and surrounded Lin Feng and Wu Yang. Seeing that a great emperor was holding back two great emperors from the myriad races, Wu Yang became bolder. He sneered and said, "What Tom, Dick, and Harry dares to jump in front of us brothers? Are you tired of living? Do you believe that I won't chop you up and stew you?" The heavenly demon emperor's son and the others' mouths twitched violently. They were not animals. The immeasurable Taoist actually said that he was going to stew them. This was simply touching their bottom line, causing everyone's killing intent to overflow. Chapter 29:55. Son of a bitch, I naturally know what I'm talking about. What? You're not convinced? If you're not convinced, come and fight me one-on-one. When the time comes, you'll fight me and Lin Feng alone. Wuliang Taoist continued to clamor. His attitude was extremely arrogant and domineering, making people want to beat him up. This damn Taoist is really shameless. If they really fight, it won't be a one-on-one fight. Obviously, Sheng Yuandao has the advantage. Besieging these two is the easiest way, and it's very safe. Some of the cultivators from other races and foreign forces sneered. In their opinion, the best way was for Sheng Yuandao and the others to besiege Lin Feng and Wuliang Taoist. Lin Feng and Wuliang Taoist had extraordinary means, but with only the two of them, they would naturally be in a passive position. It would be the best time to kill them. Reckless things, even if I fight you two alone, killing the two of you will be like slaughtering dogs. Sheng Yuandao was incomparably arrogant. He did not put Lin Feng and Wuliang Taoist in his eyes at all. He cast a sidelong glance at Lin Feng and Wuliang Taoist as if he was looking at two weak cultivators. This was because Sheng Yuandao had absolute confidence in his own strength. He believed that dealing with Lin Feng and Wuliang Taoist would be as easy as blowing off dust. Lin Feng ridiculed, "Some people are too self-righteous. If we really fight, they might be slapped in the face. Moreover, I remember that I killed someone called Sheng Yuanshu before. That guy was also insufferably arrogant, just like you. You two should be from the same race, right? You really proved the saying that if you're not from the same family, you won't enter the same house. Back then, I stepped on Sheng Yuanshu like stepping on an ant. Now, it might be more troublesome to kill you, but I feel that at most, I'll just step on you like stepping on a bug." Lin Feng's words were even more arrogant and domineering. His character was incomparably strong, and he was not afraid of these young cultivators of the myriad races. So what if Sheng Yuandao came from the Shengxin clan? Lin Feng was confident that he could defeat this person. Provoking my dignity, you're courting death. Sheng Yuandao's eyes flashed with killing intent. He wanted to kill Lin Feng. Boom. Sheng Yuandao released a terrifying aura and shrouded Lin Feng. He pointed directly at Lin Feng with killing intent. If you can't, I'll go? After hearing Taoist Wu Liang's boastful words, many people looked at Taoist Wu Liang with disdain. Sui, today, I'll let you know what it means to have a strong body. Sheng Yuandao was as arrogant as ever. He wanted to use the method that Lin Feng was good at to suppress Lin Feng. Only then would he win without any dispute. Of course, Sheng Yuandao's body was indeed very strong. The Shengshun clan not only had monstrous magic power, but their body was also one of the top clans. The human race's physical body was weak and couldn't be compared to some of the weaker races among the myriad races, let alone the physical body of the sacred god clan. Sheng Yuandao had heard that Lin Feng's body was strong, but he did not believe that Lin Feng's body was stronger than his. Sheng Yuandao's confidence was not without reason. Although Sheng Yuandao's cultivation was only at the quasi-emperor realm, his body had already reached the immortal emperor realm. Although it was only at the first heaven of the immortal emperor realm, it was still at the immortal emperor realm. How terrifying was his body! Lin Feng looked indifferent as he punched Sheng Yuandao with his right fist. Bang! Following the violent collision, Lin Feng and Sheng Yuandao fiercely collided. Without using the dragon elephant arm, Lin Feng and Sheng Yuandao's body were evenly matched. What? Your body has reached the immortal emperor realm? Sheng Yuandao exclaimed in disbelief after the collision. Sheng Yuandao's talent was extraordinary. In addition, he had consumed countless immortal materials to break through to the immortal emperor realm. Sheng Yuandao originally thought that his body was unparalleled in the world. However, after exchanging blows with Lin Feng, he realized that Lin Feng's body was also so terrifying. Lin Feng was a human cultivator. The human race was born with weak bodies. Now that Lin Feng had cultivated his body to such a tyrannical level, didn't that mean that Lin Feng's weakness had become his strength? Thinking of this, Sheng Yuandao couldn't help but feel a deep sense of jealousy. What kind of cultivation technique could make Lin Feng's body so tyrannical? Sheng Yuandao couldn't wait to kill Lin Feng and snatch away Lin Feng's cultivation technique. Lin Feng didn't pay attention to Sheng Yuandao. After the first collision with Sheng Yuandao, he quickly approached Sheng Yuandao. If Sheng Yuandao wanted to have a physical fight with him, then so be it. Lin Feng didn't mind having a physical fight with Sheng Yuandao. This was his advantage. Lin Feng believed that he could crush Sheng Yuandao in a physical fight. This was because although Sheng Yuandao's body had reached the immortal emperor realm, Sheng Yuandao's physical strength was far inferior to Lin Feng's. Lin Feng hadn't even used his dragon elephant arm yet. Once he used the dragon elephant arm, his physical strength would increase crazily. Perhaps the physical strength of Emperor Sect and Emperor Realm powerhouses was far from comparable to Lin Feng, let alone a mere Sheng Yuandao. Boom! Lin Feng's body exuded a terrifying aura as the dragon elephant arm was activated. Lin Feng felt that his arm contained a terrifying power that could shatter a planet with a punch. With the improvement of his cultivation, Lin Feng's dragon elephant arm also became more and more powerful. When Lin Feng had first started practicing the arms of the dragon and elephant, each time he used the arms of the dragon and elephant, his arms would suddenly become much thicker and his clothes would explode. But as Lin Feng's mastery of the draconic elephant arm became deeper and deeper, even if he used the draconic elephant arm, his arms wouldn't change. However, his strength would undergo an earth-shaking change. Lin Feng's peerless fist once again blasted towards Sheng Yuandao. Sheng Yuandao said indifferently, "Even if this young master can't suppress you in a physical fight, you can also forget about suppressing this young master." Sheng Yuandao also blasted a punch towards Lin Feng. Sheng Yuandao planned to pull away from Lin Feng after this collision and then use his spiritual power to suppress Lin Feng. Bang! But just as this thought appeared, Lin Feng and Sheng Yuandao fiercely collided. Chapter 2956. Everyone was shocked to see Lin Feng breaking Shang Yuandao's bones. Previously, Shang Yuandao's body had reached the level of an immortal emperor. This matter had caused an uproar and many people knew about it. Therefore, everyone knew that Shang Yuandao's body was extremely terrifying. Shang Yuandao's body was also one of the means he used to oppress others. But now, Shang Yuandao's powerful body couldn't be compared to Lin Feng's body. Moreover, Lin Feng had broken Shang Yuandao's arm with pure physical strength. This was too incredible. Everyone had heard that Lin Feng was a cultivator with a powerful body, but they didn't expect Lin Feng's body to be so tyrannical. Even Shang Yuandao couldn't be compared to Lin Feng in terms of physical strength. What kind of terrifying level had Lin Feng's body reached? Just the thought of it made people shudder. After Shang Yuandao's arm was broken, he was blasted away. Now that Shang Yuandao had lost an arm, his injuries weren't light. Naturally, his combat strength was greatly weakened. Shang Yuandao was furious. Since his debut, he had never suffered such an injury. Now, he was injured by Lin Feng in front of so many people. For Shang Yuandao, this was simply a great humiliation. Shang Yuandao felt a deep sense of humiliation and anger. He couldn't wait to cut Lin Feng into pieces to vent the hatred in his heart. Shang Yuandao quickly retreated, trying to get rid of Lin Feng. But how could Lin Feng give Shang Yuandao this opportunity? Now that Shang Yuandao was injured, it was the best time to kill Shang Yuandao. Once the distance between them was increased, it might take more effort to kill Shang Yuandao. Since he could kill Shang Yuandao in a simple way, there was naturally no need to use a complicated method. Lin Feng followed closely behind Shang Yuandao like a shadow. He quickly chased after Shang Yuandao and activated the dragon elephant arm. Then, he threw a punch towards Shang Yuandao. Shang Yuandao's face became extremely ugly. He wanted to quickly retreat to avoid Lin Feng's blow, but he couldn't do so at all. Therefore, he could only face Lin Feng's attack head-on. One of his arms had been broken by Lin Feng's punch, so he could only use his other arm. The broken arm was his right arm. Now, Shang Yuan swung his left arm and sent a punch towards Lin Feng. No matter if it was an ordinary person or a cultivator, they all had a main hand. Most people's main hand was their right hand. Therefore, most people's right hand was stronger. They also used their right hand to write, eat, and so on. Of course, there was also a portion of the main players who were left-handed. There was a saying that left-handed people were smarter, but this saying had not been proven to be reliable. Lin Feng and Shang Yuandao were not left-handed. Their main hand was their right hand. Therefore, the strength of Shang Yuandao's left hand was not as strong as his right hand. Bang! The two sides collided again. Pacha! 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 Shang Yuandao's left arm was also broken by Lin Feng's punch. Shang Yuandao's whole body was sent flying. He couldn't help but spit out 3 mouthfuls of blood in midair. His face became as pale as a sheet of paper. Both of Shang Yuandao's arms were broken. This is troublesome. Yeah, Lin Feng is simply invincible in close combat. Shang Yuandao's cultivation is higher. He shouldn't have chosen to fight in close combat. Now, he's in trouble. He's completely suppressed by Lin Feng. Maybe he will die in Lin Feng's hands. In fact, it's not wrong for Shang Yuandao to choose to fight in close combat. After all, his physical body is comparable to an immortal emperor. However, who would have thought that Lin Feng's physical body is even more terrifying? I don't know if the others will join in. Now that Shang Yuandao's arms are broken, his combat strength has plummeted. If the others don't join in, only death awaits Shang Yuandao. The myriad races, extraterrestrial races, and other cultivators who were watching the show said one after another. They originally thought that Shang Yuandao could easily get rid of Lin Feng. However, no one expected the result to be like this. In the battle of physical bodies, Lin Feng had an overwhelming advantage. Shang Yuandao was now suppressed too much. He didn't even have a chance to fight back. There was no way he could compete with Lin Feng. Do it! Gong Zhongye and the others looked gloomy. They wanted to join forces to deal with Lin Feng and immeasurable Taoist. They had the advantage in numbers. Naturally, there was no need for them to fight one-on-one. Using the simplest method to kill Lin Feng and immeasurable Taoist was the best way. At this moment, Lin Feng brought out the heavenly profound pagoda. This magic treasure let out a loud rumbling sound. The heavenly profound pagoda rapidly grew in size. In the blink of an eye, the 10-centimeter-tall, heavenly profound pagoda grew to a height of 3,000 meters. The heavenly profound pagoda released a defensive light barrier that covered an area of 5 to 6 miles. Lin Feng and Sheng Yuandao were also enveloped. If these people wanted to join in, they would first have to break through the defense of Lin Feng's heavenly profound pagoda. Now, Lin Feng was determined to kill Sheng Yuandao. Immeasurable Taoist was also enveloped by the heavenly profound pagoda. He sneered and said, "Now, it's Lin Feng and Sheng Yuandao's life and death battle. What? Do you want to join in? Is this all the tolerance of the myriad races? What a joke. What a disgrace." Gong Zhongye and the others looked indifferent. They didn't care about immeasurable Taoist's words. They began to attack Lin Feng's heavenly profound pagoda. However, it was impossible to break through the defense of an emperor weapon in a short time. Lin Feng looked indifferent as he charged towards Sheng Yuandao. For the third punch, Lin Feng planned to use the 5 times dragon elephant arms to deal with Sheng Yuandao. "I've already said that crushing you is as easy as crushing a bug. Do you believe me now? What top heavens prides of the myriad races? What a disgrace. You're just a bunch of mobs." Lin Feng was extremely arrogant as he mocked Sheng Yuandao to his heart's content. The cultivators who were watching the show began to slander him. If it was a battle of sacred arts, Sheng Yuandao might not necessarily lose. He lost because of his carelessness. Lin Feng's 5 times dragon elephant arms blasted out. That invincible punch was so terrifying that people couldn't help but reveal a look of horror. Sheng Yuandao's face changed drastically when he felt the terror of this punch. He hurriedly used the move Iron Chain across the river. His arms blocked in front of him, wanting to block Lin Feng's punch. Bang! Lin Feng's terrifying punch landed on Sheng Yuandao's arms. Sheng Yuandao's arms directly exploded. Then, Lin Feng's tyrannical punch landed on Sheng Yuandao's chest. Chapter 29:57. Sheng Yuandao is finished. Seeing Sheng Yuandao's serious injuries, many people couldn't help but suck in a breath of cold air. Everyone knew that Sheng Yuandao was most likely going to die this time. Lin Feng would not give Sheng Yuandao a chance to make a comeback. No matter how strong Sheng Yuandao's magic power was, no matter how powerful his divine ability was, even if Lin Feng allowed Sheng Yuandao to use his magic power to activate his divine ability, Sheng Yuandao would undoubtedly die. Because Sheng Yuandao's injuries were too serious. "I've killed many experts over the years. You're destined to be my stepping stone to the peak." Lin Feng's eyes were filled with killing intent. He stepped forward and punched at Sheng Yuandao again. Today, Lin Feng seemed to have transformed into an unparalleled and immortal demon god. He was so powerful that it made people turn pale with fright. In the distance, the 2 great emperors of myriad races wanted to save Sheng Yuandao. But they quickly gave up on this idea because they felt a terrifying aura shrouding their bodies. The savage was warning them. They shouldn't get involved in a battle between juniors. If they really got involved, they would suffer a thunderous attack from the savage. The 2 great emperors of myriad races were extremely afraid of the savage, so they didn't make a move. "I'm not convinced," Sheng Yuandao roared. "I've cultivated for 312 years this year. I'm still very young, but I've already broken through to the 27th layer of the quasi-emperor realm. My magic power can suppress the older cultivators who have stood at the peak of the quasi-emperor realm for millions of years. I've cultivated many powerful divine abilities. You should be killed by me." Lin Feng sneered. "A battle of life and death is completely a competition of strength. So what if you're not convinced? But you'll still be killed by me." Lin Feng's expression was indifferent. That tyrannical punch was about to hit Sheng Yuandao. "Even if I die, I'll drag you down with me," Sheng Yuandao roared. His body swelled up, and then he quickly pounced on Lin Feng. Sheng Yuandao wanted to self-destruct to drag Lin Feng down with him. Seeing this scene, many people were moved. Even a powerful figure like Sheng Yuandao was forced to self-destruct by Lin Feng. From this, it could be seen how desperate Sheng Yuandao was to do such a crazy thing. Holy sh*t. Seeing that Shang Yuandao was about to self-destruct, Taoist Wuliang hurriedly flew away. Lin Feng wanted to dodge, but it was too late. Boom! Along with the sound of a violent explosion, everyone saw it. Shang Yuandao's body directly exploded. Destructive energy surged out, collapsing the void and engulfing Lin Feng. When such a powerful figure like Shang Yuan chose to self-destruct, the destruction it would cause would naturally be extremely terrifying. Seeing Lin Feng drown in the energy of Shang Yuandao's explosion, many people were dumbfounded. This scene was indeed beyond everyone's expectations. Dead. They're all dead. Shang Yuandao blew himself up. Lin Feng was also dragged to the grave. Many people sucked in a mouthful of cold air and said, Shang Yuandao's death made some of the cultivators of the myriad races feel a little pity, but at least he could drag Lin Feng down with him. It could be said that he died a worthy death. The human race no longer had Lin Feng. It was a good thing for the myriad races, extraterrestrial races, and other foreign cultivators. But when the aftermath of the energy dissipated, everyone was completely dumbfounded, because Lin Feng was standing in the void, safe and sound. Shang Yuandao's self-destruction did make Lin Feng feel danger. The self-destruction of such a powerhouse could indeed drag Lin Feng down with him. At the critical moment, Lin Feng used the Great Death Substitution technique. He had successfully avoided this calamity. This kid is really lucky, someone said unwillingly, hoping that Lin Feng would be killed by the power of Shang Yuandao's self-destruction. But Lin Feng was safe and sound. This made these cultivators very disappointed. Someone said, "It's not that he's lucky. It's that this kid has too many tricks up his sleeves. He must have used some heaven-defying technique to dodge Shang Yuandao's self-destruction. Usually, he won't be able to use it again for a short period of time. Therefore, he can only escape this disaster. Let's see what happens next." If Gong Zhongye, the heavenly demon emperor's son, and the others attack, this kid will not be able to escape this disaster. Just as the cultivators of the myriad races, extraterrestrial races, and other foreign cultivators were discussing this, Lin Feng looked indifferently at the heavenly demon emperor's son and said coldly, "Heavenly demon emperor's son, haven't you always wanted to fight me? Now that I've fought with Shang Yuandao, I've consumed a lot of energy. I challenge you to a life-or-death battle in my current state. Do you dare accept?" The heavenly demon emperor's son immediately felt that he was being looked down upon by Lin Feng. His face darkened, and he sneered. "Why wouldn't this prince dare? Your Highness, you mustn't. It's best for you, Gong Zhongye, and the others to attack Lin Feng and that Taoist together. Don't put yourself in danger." The old golden crow was the heavenly demon emperor's son's guardian. When he heard that the heavenly demon emperor's son wanted to accept Lin Feng's challenge, he quickly tried to dissuade him. The heavenly demon emperor's son said in a deep voice, "Elder Jean, do you think I'm not a match for this kid?" The golden crow quickly said, "Of course, this old servant doesn't dare to think that way. With his highness's strength, it's easy for him to kill this kid. However, his highness's life is very precious. It's not something that his highness's lowly bloodline can compare to. Therefore, his highness doesn't need to kill him alone." The heavenly demon emperor's son had calmed down a lot, and his desire to fight Lin Feng to the death seemed to have wavered. Lin Feng sneered, "If I'm afraid, I'm afraid. You really know how to find excuses for yourself." The heavenly demon emperor was also an unparalleled expert back in the day. He swept through the world unhindered, but who would have thought that he would have such a useless son? Taoist Wuliang fanned the flames. "Brother, you don't know this, right? You should have heard of the saying, like father, like son, right? The heavenly demon emperor was too powerful, which is why he had such a useless son. The two of you are courting death." The heavenly demon emperor's son immediately roared when he heard Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang's mocking words. Anyone who heard such words would be enraged, let alone someone as arrogant as the heavenly demon emperor's son. "Your Highness, you mustn't pay attention to these two. They're deliberately provoking you," the old golden crow advised. "Stop trying to persuade me. I will personally kill these two today." Chapter 29:58. The heavenly demon king's son was arrogant to the extreme. thinking that he was superior and looked down on Lin Feng and immeasurable Taoist. Lin Feng said indifferently, "I alone am enough to deal with you. No need for two people." Immeasurable Taoist shouted as well, "The more you jump, the more miserable you'll die." Lin Feng chose to fight the Heavenly Demon King's son one-on-one. He had been wanting to kill him for a long time. This person had the 8th heavenly flame, the black flame god-devouring flame. This was the heavenly flame Lin Feng needed. After killing the Heavenly Demon King's son, he would be able to take the black flame god-devouring flame for himself. This would be a great help to Lin Feng. It could help him break through to the Boundary Emperor realm. Even though Lin Feng had wanted to kill the Celestial Beast Emperor's son before, he hadn't had the opportunity to do so. Now, he finally had the opportunity. The savage kept the Golden Crow and Shan Yueya busy so that they couldn't attack. As long as the Golden Crow's protector couldn't attack at the critical moment, Lin Feng was confident that he could kill the Heavenly Demon King's son. "You court death." The Sky Demon Emperor's son looked indifferent. With a wave of his hand, an ocean appeared behind him. This ocean was formed from boundless magical energy. Huge waves surged within the ocean, seemingly capable of drowning the world. It was a huge ocean that would cause one's soul to tremble. "Boundless ocean." The Heavenly Demon King's son shouted and gently pushed both hands towards Lin Feng. In a flash, a gigantic ocean appeared and moved towards Lin Feng to envelop him. The ocean directly enveloped Lin Feng and pressed down on Lin Feng. "Humph." Lin Feng looked indifferent. He was walking on the water. No matter how strong the waves were, they couldn't drown him. Lin Feng walked towards the Sky Demon Emperor's son, and the mana in his body began to circulate. He was ready to unleash a powerful spell to attack the Sky Demon Emperor's son at any time. "Giant dragon destroys the world." The Sky Demon Emperor's son said in a low voice, "Roar." A series of dragon roars could be heard from above the vast ocean. Everyone looked over and found that the huge waves in the ocean had turned into ferocious beasts. Each beast was like an immortal god. It emitted an extremely terrifying aura, causing people to involuntarily tremble in fear. Those ferocious beasts were very strange. They looked like giant dragons. However, its body was covered with dense bone spikes. This kind of giant dragon exuded an extremely evil aura. He didn't know what kind of dragon it was. More than 100 of these dragons appeared in the ocean and charged toward Lin Feng. "Shatter your dragons." Lin Feng attacked with an indifferent expression, throwing out punch after punch. Every punch was able to shatter a giant dragon. Finally, he rushed out of the ocean and unleashed the demon ancestor's sacred fist at the Sky Demon Emperor's son. Endless demonic might filled the world, causing people to feel suffocated. This was a spell passed down by the Demon Lord, and it was unparalleled. Sky Demon's Sacred Fist. The Sky Demon Emperor's son attacked and threw a punch at Lin Feng. Monstrous mana spread out, and the Sky Demon Emperor's son pushed the power of this punch to the extreme. This was a spell created by the Sky Demon Emperor. The Sky Demon Emperor was one of the greatest powerhouses in the history of the myriad races. The Sky Demon Emperor dominated several great eras and was almost invincible. He was definitely a being so terrifying that it made the heavens tremble. This existence created the golden age of the myriad races. When the Sky Demon Emperor was alive, even the celestial realm had to respect him. From this, it could be seen just how terrifyingly powerful the Heavenly Demon Emperor of the past was. The Sky Demon Emperor's legacy was naturally terrifying. Now, the Sky Demon's Sacred Fist used by the Sky Demon Emperor's son clashed with Lin Feng's demon ancestor's Sacred Fist. The sound of a violent collision was heard, and the void at the center of the collision collapsed. Taiji 8 Trigrams Diagram. Lin Feng's expression was indifferent. He turned into a Taiji 8 Trigrams diagram and quickly slashed at the Sky Demon Emperor's son. This was a Dao diagram formed by combining the Great Yin-Yang art with the Great 8 Trigrams technique. It was a perfect fusion. The fusion of two 3,000 Great Daos formed a transformation. The Taiji 8 Trigrams diagram quickly rushed in front of the Sky Demon Emperor's son and slashed at him, wanting to split the Sky Demon Emperor's son in half. Sky Demon Starfield. The Sky Demon Emperor's son shouted coldly. He waved his hand, and a huge star field appeared in front of him. In that star field, there were huge galaxies and dazzling stars. Lin Feng's Taiji 8 trigrams diagram was trapped in the Sky Demon star field. Next, the Sky Demon Emperor's son grabbed a galaxy world and threw it at Lin Feng. A cultivator with a lowly bloodline is destined to only have this much skill. "Are you ready to die?" said the Celestial Beast Emperor's son mockingly, attacking Lin Feng at the same time. The huge galaxy world slammed into Lin Feng's Taiji 8 trigrams diagram. The Taiji 8 trigrams diagram was sent flying. The Sky Demon Emperor's son is terrifyingly strong. He's a direct descendant of the Sky Demon Emperor. Of course he's terrifying. I heard that he's awakened his bloodline 5 times. His battle prowess is definitely heaven-defying. The truth is, the Sky Demon Emperor's son hasn't been cultivating for long. He's only been cultivating for a few decades. If he's given more time, he'll be almost invincible among the younger generation of cultivators. That's right. With his bloodline and legacy, he'll definitely be invincible among his peers. Even with such a short cultivation time, the Sky Demon Emperor's son is already frightening enough. Not many among the younger generation can beat him. Even this Lin Feng is far from being comparable to the Sky Demon Emperor's son. The cultivators from the other races and sects couldn't help but discuss after seeing the Sky Demon Emperor's son's might. The old golden crow heaved a sigh of relief. Xinyue watched all of this with an indifferent expression. The savage was also watching the battle. He was as calm as an ancient well, and no one knew what he was thinking. Like a statue, he stood motionless in the void. Black Tortoise Tablet. Lin Feng continued to use a new technique after being sent flying by the Sky Demon Emperor's son's galaxy world. He condensed the Black Tortoise Tablet. Then, he stood on the Black Tortoise's back. Moo! The Black Tortoise let out a deep roar and crushed many galaxies. It rushed out of the Sky Demon starfield and rushed towards the Sky Demon Emperor's son. The Black Tortoise Tablet came with boundless power and sent the Sky Demon Emperor's son flying. Chapter 2959. The enigmatic Tortoise Tablet was one of Lin Feng's ultimate skills. It was terrifyingly powerful. The enigmatic Tortoise Tablet was extremely powerful. You keep saying that others have a lowly bloodline, but now you're being sent flying. Are you slapping yourself in the face? Lin Feng could not help but mock. When the Sky Demon King's son heard Lin Feng's mocking words, his face darkened. His eyes flashed with killing intent, but at this moment, he could feel the power of the Black Tortoise Tablet. Even though he was furious, he chose to retreat. However, the tablet had already locked onto the Sky Demon King's son. He could not escape just because he wanted to. Sky-shattering fist. The Sky Demon King's son roared. Facing the Black Tortoise Tablet, he threw out 36 punches in a row. This divine ability of his had fused a kind of heaven-shattering and invincible will into it. Its might was truly tyrannical to the extreme. The 36 punches instantly merged into one. They turned into a dazzling fistlight. Bang! This terrifying attack landed on the Black Tortoise Hunchback Tablet, and it actually managed to block the attack. But at this moment, Lin Feng, who was standing on the back of the tablet, made his move. He stood above the Sky Demon King's son and stomped down on him. Lin Feng's right leg became incomparably huge. It was as thick as a mountain. With a single stomp, it seemed like it could crush the world. Lin Feng shouted, "What Sky Demon King's son? You're still going to be stomped under yours truly's foot. The era of the Sky Demon King is over. Everything related to the Sky Demon King is destined to be eliminated by time." As soon as he finished speaking, Lin Feng's foot had already stomped the Sky Demon King's son to the ground. Then, he began to crush him. Swoosh! The Sky Demon King's son burst out from the ground behind Lin Feng. At this moment, the Sky Demon King's son was in a sorry state. Her hair was disheveled, and her snow-white clothes were covered in dust. Lin Feng's kick hadn't injured the Sky Demon Emperor's son, but it had left him in a sorry state. His kick was meant to humiliate the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. "I want your life." The son of the Sky Demon Emperor roared and rushed toward Lin Feng. His body turned into a saber light in midair, and the saber light shattered the world. Then, he slashed at Lin Feng. He wanted to split Lin Feng in half. The attack from the Sky Demon King's son was extremely terrifying. It locked onto Lin Feng, making it impossible for Lin Feng to dodge. Of course, Lin Feng didn't even think about dodging. He wasn't afraid of anyone below the Great Emperor realm. The son of the Sky Demon Emperor was strong, but it wasn't strong enough to make him panic. Facing the attack of the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son, Lin Feng used the Three Realms Oblivion. This was a divine ability that could be said to be unparalleled since ancient times. This divine ability was taught to Lin Feng by the mysterious existence on the Through Heaven Immortal Path's Ninth Moon Cliff. The moment the Three Realms Oblivion was used, all living beings within the three realms would gradually die. This divine ability was so terrifying that it slammed into the saber light formed by the son of the Sky Demon Emperor's son. The son of the Sky Demon Emperor was beaten back to his original form. Then, Lin Feng rushed forward and used Ancient Times hurriedly to attack the son of the Sky Demon Emperor's son. The son of the Sky Demon Emperor hurriedly blocked Lin Feng's Ancient Times hurriedly. With a loud bang, the son of the Sky Demon Emperor was sent flying by Lin Feng's punch. "You're too weak." The phrase, "Tiger Father Dog Son," seems to have been created especially for you. Lin Feng looked at the son of the Sky Demon Emperor mockingly. "You deserve to die." The son of the Sky Demon Emperor couldn't help but roar, his eyes turning blood red. In the past, he'd almost died at Lin Feng's hands. That was the first time the son of the Sky Demon Emperor had been defeated since he was born, and he'd lost so miserably. The son of the Sky Demon Emperor viewed this matter as a great humiliation. Over 10 years passed, and the son of the Sky Demon Emperor's bloodline awakened over and over again. His battle prowess continued to rise. Because of this, the son of the Sky Demon Emperor was extremely confident in himself. He believed that he could definitely kill Lin Feng. He even began to think of ways to humiliate Lin Feng when he fought against Lin Feng. But the son of the Sky Demon Emperor never imagined that, when he fought against Lin Feng again, he was still at a disadvantage. He couldn't accept this at all. This situation caused the son of the Sky Demon Emperor to sink into madness. "Guys, look! The son of the Sky Demon Emperor is aging." At this moment, someone pointed at the son of the Sky Demon Emperor. Everyone's expression changed dramatically. The son of the Sky Demon Emperor's body was aging extremely quickly. It didn't take long for him to turn into an extremely old man. Lin Feng's aeon past trillion years had taken effect, causing the son of the Sky Demon Emperor to age and greatly weaken his battle prowess. The Great Reincarnation Art. The son of the Sky Demon Emperor's expression turned extremely gloomy. He was experienced and knowledgeable, so he immediately thought of this terrifying divine ability. That's right. Lin Feng looked at the Tian Bestial Emperor's son indifferently. Then, he threw himself at the Tian Bestial Emperor's son. Lin Feng's immemorial time skill was extremely useful. At that moment, the Tian Bestial Emperor's son's fighting strength dropped drastically. This was the perfect opportunity to kill the son of the Sky Demon Emperor. In the distance, the Golden Crow shouted, "Your Highness, hurry up and retreat. Don't fight this kid head-on for now. This divine ability has a time limit. You'll recover very quickly." The son of the Sky Demon Emperor quickly retreated, dodging Lin Feng's attack. Hockey manifestation. However, at this moment, Lin Feng used the White Tiger Hockey. During this period of time, Lin Feng had used the Hockey manifestation many times in the battle. Therefore, his cultivation of the Hockey manifestation had deepened, especially the use of the White Tiger Hockey. Releasing the Hockey manifestation was the simplest use of the Hockey manifestation. The second stage was to use the Hockey manifestation to fight the enemy. For example, the White Tiger Hockey could manifest a white tiger. Roar. The tiger's roar resounded through the world as a white tiger appeared. It was so lifelike that it looked like a sacred beast. The white tiger's speed was simply too fast. It was as if it had teleported, and its speed was many times faster than Lin Feng's. The white tiger quickly arrived in front of the Sky Demon Emperor's son and slashed at him with a claw. Bang! Following the sound of an extremely violent collision, the son of the Sky Demon Emperor was sent flying by the white tiger's claw. Barf! In midair, the son of the Sky Demon Emperor spat out a mouthful of blood. There were even cracking sounds coming from his body. This was the sound of his bones cracking. After taking a hit from the white tiger, the son of the Sky Demon Emperor had countless bones broken. The white tiger roared and pounced at the son of the Sky Demon Emperor once more. However, at this moment, the son of the Sky Demon Emperor emitted a powerful ripple from his body. Chapter 2960. There were a total of 9 types of domineering aura, and the blue domineering aura was ranked second, only weaker than the supreme domineering aura. The white tiger haki belonged to the cyan haki, which was ranked third. Naturally, its power could not be compared to the blue haki. Therefore, it was normal for the white tiger condensed from the white tiger haki to be repelled by the blue haki. You have domineering aura. I also have domineering aura. The Sky Demon Emperor's son's expression was extremely cold as he quickly charged towards Lin Feng. Seeing that the Heavenly Demon King's son was at a disadvantage, the cultivators from the various races, alien races, and foreign powers couldn't help but worry for him. They weren't really concerned about the safety of the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. They just wanted to see Lin Feng kill the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. Now that they had seen the son of the Sky Demon Emperor display such a powerful domineering aura, they were shocked. Naturally, everyone was extremely excited. Was this battle going to be reversed? Was the son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor going to suppress Lin Feng or even kill Lin Feng? Lin Feng, it's time for you to die. The Sky Demon Emperor's son was surrounded by blue domineering aura. He wanted to use it to deal with Lin Feng. If Lin Feng had only grasped the white tiger haki, he might have been suppressed by the Sky Demon Emperor's son's blue haki. However, the key was that Lin Feng had not only grasped the white tiger haki, but he had also grasped the even more powerful supreme haki. He had now evolved to the second stage of epic haki. The 3 domineering auras overlapped. Immediately, a powerful magnetic field was formed. By bringing out the magnetic field, no one could figure out Lin Feng's background. By doing so, it would be easier for him to hide the various chi auras he cultivated. Furthermore, the magnetic field's might would be even stronger. When the magnetic field that Lin Feng cultivated was brought out, it instantly enveloped the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. The Sky Demon Emperor's son was enveloped by the magnetic field. Instantly, the blue domineering aura around the Sky Demon Emperor's son was destroyed. No matter how strong the blue haki was, it was impossible to compete with Lin Feng's magnetic field. This is impossible. The Sky Demon Emperor's son couldn't accept what was happening and couldn't help but roar in anger. The blue haze was one of his trump cards. Now that he had used it, he could not suppress Lin Feng. This made the Sky Demon Emperor's son unable to accept this. Now you know who the lowly races are, right? Lin Feng looked indifferently at the Sky Demon Emperor's son. How dare you be so arrogant with your strength? What a joke. A lowly race like yours is always easy to give birth to an egomaniac like you. We humans are the true rulers of history. The 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors created a brand new era. Heavenly demons are nothing. How dare you call us humans a lowly race? Lowly Heavenly Demon Emperor's son, are you ready to meet your father in hell? Step by step, Lin Feng walked towards the Sky Demon Emperor's son. His aura was getting more and more terrifying. Lin Feng was preparing a powerful attack. Lin Feng, you dare to humiliate me? The son of the Sky Demon Emperor looked coldly at Lin Feng. Those who humiliate others will be humiliated by others. Lin Feng's expression was indifferent. He quickly rushed over and punched at the Sky Demon Emperor's son with his right fist. Lin Feng's fist was surging with the power of karma. Lin Feng had used the karma fist recorded in the Great Karma Art. The Great Karma Art was ranked third among the 3,000 Great Das. It was definitely a divine ability that was so terrifying that it made people pale with fright. Today, I will let you know my true strength. Seeing Lin Feng coming at him, the Sky Demon Emperor's son could not help but laugh sinisterly. Lin Feng's magnetic field was suppressing the Sky Demon Emperor's son. His battle prowess and speed were greatly reduced. Therefore, the Sky Demon Emperor's son decided not to hold back anymore. He activated his bloodline. Rays of golden blood-red light surged out of the Sky Demon Emperor's son's body. Next, A terrifying aura that seemed to originate from ancient times spread out from the Sky Demon Emperor's son. The aura was too terrifying. Anyone who felt that aura would feel their soul throb. The Sky Demon Emperor's son's bloodline had awakened 5 times. Therefore, his bloodline was incomparably terrifying. The Sky Demon Emperor's son's body began to rapidly recover its youth. The effects of Lin Feng's ancient timeless rush had yet to dissipate. The reason why the Celestial Beast Emperor's son had regained his youth was because his blood had suppressed the time strength Lin Feng had injected into his body. Therefore, the Sky Demon Emperor's son quickly recovered his youth. Power. This is power. Ever since my bloodline began to awaken, I have never awakened my bloodline in battle. You are the first person to awaken my bloodline. Do you feel my power? Are you trembling inside? After the Sky Demon Emperor's son's bloodline awakened, he seemed to have become a different person. He was like a god standing above the 9 heavens, looking down on the world. He was like an immortal sovereign. He was too powerful because a portion of the Sky Demon Emperor's power had awakened in his body. That power was the bloodline inheritance. Awakening one's bloodline meant awakening the power, divine abilities, and memories left behind by one's ancestors. The Sky Demon Emperor's son had awakened the power, divine abilities, and memories left behind by his father. Boom! The Sky Demon Emperor's son raised his right hand and punched at Lin Feng. Next, a huge fist light condensed and blasted at Lin Feng, seemingly capable of shattering the world. It was capable of destroying everything in the world. The fist light's power was truly shocking. It was too powerful. Lin Feng couldn't help but be shocked. The Sky Demon Emperor's son's combat power had increased tremendously after awakening his bloodline power. Lin Feng quickly moved to the left. The Celestial Bestial Emperor's son punched Lin Feng's fist, but it brushed past him. "How many punches can you dodge?" said the Celestial Bestial Emperor's son, smiling coldly. He threw punches at Lin Feng one after another. Each time he punched, a gigantic fist light condensed in the air. Next, the huge fist light would blast at Lin Feng. Lin Feng dodged a dozen fist lights in succession. He was killed by a fist radiance. His entire body was sent flying. Lin Feng felt as if a primeval immortal mountain had slammed into him. His body almost shattered. That fist light's attack just now was too powerful and terrifying. Moreover, that was only the simplest attack. After awakening his bloodline, the Sky Demon Emperor's son hadn't even used the powerful divine abilities left behind by the Sky Demon Emperor. Lin Feng, today, you are destined to be trampled under my feet. The Sky Demon Emperor's son looked at Lin Feng with contempt, then walked toward Lin Feng. The magic power in his body surged as he began to prepare a powerful divine ability. Chapter 2961. What a powerful attack! Lin Feng couldn't help but look at the Sky Demon King's son in surprise. The Sky Demon King's son was very powerful now. The awakening of his bloodline had greatly increased his combat power. The current Heavenly Demon Emperor's son couldn't be mentioned in the same breath. As expected of the son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor who has awakened his bloodline 5 times. What a peerless and invincible existence! That's right, that Lin Feng is dead for sure. Let's see how he dies. The son of the Sky Demon Emperor won't let him die so easily. He will definitely torture and humiliate him. Only after venting his anger will he kill him. That's truly a fate worse than death, but it's truly satisfying. If the human Lin Feng were to die, it would definitely be a huge blow to the cultivators of the 9 regions. The cultivators from the various races, extraterrestrial races, and other forces who were watching the show all sneered. Everyone looked at Lin Feng indifferently as if they were looking at a dead man. In their opinion, Lin Feng was no different from a dead man. They didn't believe that Lin Feng could survive the attack of the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. At this moment, the Heavenly Demon King's son had reached a level that made others feel despair. His combat prowess was too horrifying. He was practically unbeatable in this world. Who could compete with him? Lin Feng looked indifferently at the Sky Demon Emperor's son. He sneered and said, "If this is all you have after awakening your bloodline 5 times, I'm really disappointed. It seems that the Sky Demon Emperor's achievements have been exaggerated. How dare you? The Sky Demon Emperor's son was furious. He looked at Lin Feng with disdain. You're just a cultivator with a lowly bloodline. What right do you have to boast so shamelessly in front of me? Today, this prince will let you taste endless pain before you die. After saying that, the son of the Sky Demon Emperor stepped toward Lin Feng again. A destructive aura surged out of his body. That aura was terrifying to the extreme. People couldn't help but be shocked. Heavenly Demon Immortal Slaughtering Technique. The Sky Demon Emperor's son shouted coldly. He leaped up and charged at Lin Feng. At this moment, everyone felt that the Heavenly Demon King's son had disappeared from this world. Instead, it was replaced by an eternal light. Heavenly Demon Immortal Slaughtering Technique. A technique that could slay immortals was naturally peerless and invincible. It was frightening to the point that it was used by the Heavenly Demon King's son. This divine ability was indeed powerful. It was almost heaven-defying. The eternal immortal light combined with the power of the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son's bloodline awakening made people feel like they were revering a god. What Heavenly Demon Immortal Slaughtering Technique? It's nothing in front of me. Lin Feng's expression was indifferent as he stepped out from the void. His voice was extremely cold. This guy is too arrogant. He's still so arrogant even in the face of death. He'll be crying later. The spectators from the myriad races, outer realms, and other powers sneered and looked at Lin Feng with sarcasm. They didn't think that Lin Feng could defeat the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son who had awakened his bloodline. Even if someone were to tell them that the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son could compete with the Divine Emperor, they wouldn't believe it. Perhaps many people would believe it. Lin Feng took one step at a time towards the void. A deep and mysterious voice resounded across the world. Everyone's fate has long been decided. I have mastered the Tao of fate and am the embodiment of it in the mortal world. I have seen through the destinies of millions of existences. Some can be changed while others cannot. Please descend with the great power of fate. I will carry on the powerful will of the Tao of fate and punish this lowly being who dares to blaspheme it. Lin Feng seemed to have turned into an ancient priest. His voice was very pious, as if he was worshipping the heavens. No one could understand what he was saying because the summoning incantation Lin Feng had just chanted was a language unique to the Tao of fate. Only those cultivators who had cultivated the great fate technique knew what Lin Feng was saying. When Lin Feng's voice fell, a river of fate appeared in the sky. The river of fate swept through the world and shook the void. It moved in all directions. It was as if it could shatter the universe. The power of fate was summoned by Lin Feng. Lin Feng seemed to have really become the embodiment of fate. He reached out and gently tapped the eternal light that the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son had transformed into. The power of fate immediately coiled around Lin Feng's fingertip and quickly flew towards the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. Bang! Along with the sound of a violent collision, everyone saw that the Sky Demon Emperor's son was sent flying. This scene left many people dumbfounded. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son, who had awakened his bloodline, was so powerful and terrifying that he was like an immortal god looking down on the world. But now, the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son was sent flying. This was too unbelievable. This was simply too shocking. The scene in front of them could be described as shocking. Many people couldn't believe that this was real, but it was indeed what happened in front of them. No, this is impossible. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son couldn't accept what had happened. He had awakened the power of his bloodline and thought that he could crush Lin Feng. But in the end, he was sent flying by Lin Feng. This huge contrast, it almost made the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son collapse. When I walk in the world, I can peek into the fate of billions of living beings. Your fate is to die in my hands and become the undead of this world, the dust of this world, Lin Feng murmured. He took a step forward and instantly arrived in front of the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. Then, he threw a punch at the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. Lin Feng's fist was surrounded by the endless power of fate. The punch that Lin Feng used was called the Fist of Fate. Heavenly Demon Chaos Wave. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son roared and used a new magic. An energy ball condensed in his right hand. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son threw the energy ball at Lin Feng. At the same time, he quickly retreated, trying to distance himself from Lin Feng. However, Lin Feng's Fist of Fate was so powerful that it directly shattered the energy ball that the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son threw out. Then, he quickly rushed in front of the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. The invincible punch directly hit the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. Bang! Half of the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son's body exploded and was dripping with blood. The other half of his body was sent flying. Chapter 2962. Heavens! The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son is seriously injured. This Lin Feng is too terrifying. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son is dead for sure. Who would have thought that even the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son isn't his match? Just what kind of person can defeat him? Don't jump to conclusions so early. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son definitely has some powerful moves he hasn't used yet. Let's wait until he does. Then we'll see who will live and who will die. The cultivators of the myriad races, extraterritorial races, and other foreign factions spoke one after another. Ah, you actually injured me so badly. Lin Feng, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son couldn't help but roar. Next, his body began to burn fiercely. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son was burning his own bloodline to increase his combat strength. Lin Feng looked indifferently at the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son and said coldly, "It's useless. No matter how much you struggle, your fate has already been sealed. There's no changing it." With that, Lin Feng continued to attack. He raised his right hand and struck out with the power of destiny. The power of destiny tore through the void and shone on the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. Just as the power of destiny was about to strike the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son, a towering figure suddenly appeared behind the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. The figure was shrouded in boundless sacred light. His body emitted terrifying ripples of energy. He was like a peerless ruler who had awakened from his slumber. He possessed too many secrets. He was like a mythical existence. Just how powerful was such an existence? Perhaps there was no way to know. Anyone who sensed his aura would have been shocked. The Heavenly Demon Emperor. When they saw the mysterious figure, the myriad races cultivators couldn't help but kneel on the ground. The Heavenly Demon Emperor had a special meaning to the myriad races cultivators. Even after countless years, when the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure reappeared, his powerful aura was still enough to make many myriad races cultivators kneel on the ground and salute him. After the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure appeared, he raised his right hand and struck out at Lin Feng's power of destiny. With a loud bang, Lin Feng's power of destiny was shattered by the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure looked indifferently at Lin Feng. A human cultivator who has mastered the Tao of Destiny is extremely rare. Unfortunately, your cultivation of Destiny Tao isn't up to you. The Celestial Bestial Emperor jumped forwards and threw a punch at Lin Feng. The might of that peerless and invincible punch was truly terrifying to the extreme, causing people to involuntarily turn pale with fright. When the punch's power, of course. Lin Feng's River of Destiny was shattered by the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure. Then, the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure walked towards Lin Feng and struck out at Lin Feng. He wanted to kill Lin Feng. Even the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure has been summoned. That kid is dead for sure. The myriad races, extraterrestrial races, and other foreign cultivators all spoke up. Now that the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure had appeared, their confidence was greatly boosted. They believed that the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure could definitely kill Lin Feng. Lin Feng, let's see how you'll die. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son laughed sinisterly not far away. His eyes were filled with hatred as he looked at Lin Feng. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son was now filled with confidence that he could kill Lin Feng. Summoning the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure was the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son's strongest technique. Lin Feng also felt how terrifying the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure was. It was truly an unparalleled technique. If it were anyone else facing the Heavenly Demon Emperor's figure, only death would await them. However, Lin Feng was not without a way to deal with the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. Facing the Heavenly Demon Emperor's attack, Lin Feng could not help but sneer. His hands formed a series of hand seals. Next, another heavenly demon emperor's figure appeared behind Lin Feng. However, this heavenly demon emperor's figure was under Lin Feng's control. Why is there another heavenly demon emperor's figure? Many people could not help but exclaim when they saw the heavenly demon emperor's figure that Lin Feng had summoned. They could not believe their eyes. It was normal for the heavenly demon emperor's son to summon a heavenly demon emperor's figure. However, Lin Feng had also summoned a heavenly demon emperor's figure. This was too abnormal. The heavenly demon emperor's figure that Lin Feng had summoned collided with the heavenly demon emperor's son's figure. In an instant, with the two heavenly demon emperor's figures at the center of the collision, the void around them collapsed. The two heavenly demon emperors' battle caused a great deal of destruction. How can you summon a heavenly demon emperor's figure? This can't be real. The heavenly demon emperor's son roared. Only he could use such a skill, but now Lin Feng was using it. The celestial beast emperor's son couldn't accept it. It's the 72 transformations. The heavenly demon emperor's voice was cold, filled with boundless killing intent. His attacks grew fiercer and fiercer. He wanted to destroy the heavenly demon emperor's figure that Lin Feng had summoned as soon as possible. The heavenly demon emperor's figure that Lin Feng had summoned was not as strong as the heavenly demon emperor's son's, but the difference was not that great. Therefore, it had no problem holding back the heavenly demon emperor's figure. Lin Feng quickly charged toward the heavenly demon emperor's son. He wanted to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to kill the heavenly demon emperor's son. 72 transformations. The great sage. Heaven's equals inheritance. This Lin Feng is too heaven-defying. The heavenly demon emperor's son is going to be killed this time. The cultivators from the various races, alien races, and other factions cried out in alarm. Your Highness, the Golden Crow could not help but roar, wanting to rush over to help. However, the barbarians stopped the Golden Crow. Xin Yueya and the Golden Crow fought the barbarian together, but they were unable to shake him off and were held back by him. By then, Lin Feng had already arrived in front of the heavenly demon emperor's son. His voice was filled with cold, killing intent as he said, "Are you ready to die? I'll fight you to the death." The heavenly demon emperor's son madly burned his bloodline and charged at Lin Feng. Lin Feng's expression was indifferent as he activated his magnetic field to envelop the heavenly demon emperor's son. The heavenly demon emperor's son's cultivation was greatly weakened. Lin Feng then used the mystic turtle hunchback steel to suppress the heavenly demon emperor's son. Bang! Along with a violent collision sound, the two sides collided fiercely. The heavenly demon emperor's son could not withstand the mystic turtle hunchback steel's attack and his body exploded. His body and soul were destroyed on the spot. Chapter 29:63. Your Royal Highness, you died so miserably. Lin Feng, you little bastard, you actually killed His Royal Highness. This old man will not rest until you're dead. Qinwu people will not rest until you're dead. The old Golden Crow roared with incomparable resentment. His gaze towards Lin Feng was filled with endless hatred and killing intent. Now, the old Golden Crow wished he could cut Lin Feng into pieces. The heavenly demon emperor was killed. The heavenly demon emperor's only son died just like that. I wonder if there are any other members of the heavenly demon clan who were incomparably powerful in the past? If they know that the heavenly demon emperor's son was killed, this clan will definitely not let this matter rest. This Lin Feng is becoming more and more terrifying. Even the heavenly demon emperor's son was killed by him. If he is allowed to continue growing, this person is destined to become extremely heaven-defying. When that time comes, it will be even more difficult to kill this person. Exclamations could not help but resound. These myriad races, extraterritorial races, and other external forces all looked at Lin Feng with respect and fear. Lin Feng was too terrifying, causing their souls to tremble. Lin Feng did not care about the old Golden Crow's roar and hatred in the distance. There were savages restraining the old Golden Crow. The old Golden Crow was not a concern. After the heavenly demon emperor's son was killed, The Heavenly Demon Emperor's projection that was summoned by the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son had already dissipated. Lin Feng did not have to worry about the Heavenly Demon Emperor's projection causing any harm to him. Seeing that the 8th Heavenly Fire, the Black Flame Soul-Devouring Fire, wanted to escape, Lin Feng opened his hand and suppressed the Black Flame Soul-Devouring Fire. Bang! That terrifying palm slammed onto the Black Flame Soul-Devouring Fire. Powerful runes flew out and directly suppressed the Black Flame Soul-Devouring Fire's flames. Then, the Black Flame Soul-Devouring Fire was directly suppressed by Lin Feng. Ha 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 ha, I finally obtained this heavenly fire. Lin Feng could not help but laugh. Obtaining the Black Flame Soul-Devouring Fire meant that he was about to break through to the Boundary Emperor realm. Once he broke through to the Boundary Emperor realm, it would be a whole new level. Quasi-Emperor was a realm in preparation for becoming a great emperor. The 99 stony steps of the Quasi-Emperor would allow one to continuously accumulate and stabilize their cultivation base. This was the most critical period for comprehending the great Tao of heaven and earth and polishing one's Tao heart. Why was the Red World Fairy's secular heavenly art so powerful? This was because the Red World Fairy had been constantly polishing her Tao heart in the Quasi-Emperor realm. Lin Feng also had his own Tao. His Tao was the Tao of the Paragon Invincible. The Supreme Reincarnation Fist was a fist technique that Lin Feng had created using his own Tao. Once he broke through to the Quasi-Emperor realm, Lin Feng would also have to start polishing his own Tao and constantly improve it. When the time comes, would she be as heaven-defying as the Red World Fairy? However, when he thought about how the Red World Fairy had cultivated 3,000 grand Taos, Lin Feng could not stop himself from revealing a wry smile. The Red World Fairy cultivated too many of the 3,000 great Taos. Her Tao foundation was too powerful. He was simply too powerful. No one's Tao foundation could be compared with immortal venerable Hong Qin's. Lin Feng collected the storage ring of the Sky Demon Emperor's son and then met up with Wuliang Daoist. The savage sent the Golden Crow and Shun Yueya, flying with a palm strike before grabbing Lin Feng and Wuliang Daoist and disappearing. Swoosh! A light flashed in the void as Lin Feng, Wuliang Daoist, and the savage appeared beside a pool. "Thank you for your help, Senior," Lin Feng hurriedly said. Thank you. I will never forget your life-saving grace." Wuliang Daoist also hurriedly expressed his gratitude. The savage looked at Lin Feng and said, "Prepare for your breakthrough," said the savage, walking away. He didn't want to stay behind to guard Lin Feng. When Lin Feng saw that the savage was about to leave, he asked, "Senior, are you my Tao protector?" This was something that had been on Lin Feng's mind for a long time. He had always felt that the savage was his Tao protector, but Lin Feng could not be sure. Thus, he directly asked the savage. The savage stopped and said, "What's the difference between being my Tao protector and not? Your future path is still up to you. No one can help you. Even if you have a Tao protector, you should forget this. Otherwise, you are destined to become a flower in a greenhouse." After saying that, the savage did not stay any longer and quickly left. Wuliang Daoist, holy shit. Looks like the savage might really be your Tao protector. Wuliang Daoist could not help but shout after the savage left. Lin Feng said, "Regardless of whether he is my Tao protector or not, he has a deep relationship with me. Senior Savage is right. If a Tao protector is always by my side, I am destined to be a flower in a greenhouse. I will be instantly destroyed in the face of great storms." Wuliang Daoist nodded and said, "Isn't that the case for the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son? Actually, that person's methods are very terrifying. I can sense that he still has many heaven-defying methods that he has yet to use. However, he was killed before he even had the chance to use them. That guy's usage of divine abilities is not at a level where he can use them as he pleases. In the end, it's because he has too little experience in life and death battles. Only by going through life and death battles can he know when to use divine abilities and what divine abilities can restrain his opponent's divine abilities. What's most frightening is that he has many terrifying techniques at his disposal, but because of his lack of battle experience, he is ultimately suppressed by his opponent." Lin Feng said, "When I fought the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son, I also felt this. He should have inherited many of the Heavenly Demon Emperor's powerful techniques in his bloodline, but he was unable to use them. However, even if he could, he would definitely not be a match for me. Over the years, I have experienced many life and death battles, so I am very confident in killing the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son. I wonder what good things are in that guy's storage ring? Thinking about the storage ring of the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son, Taoist Wuliang's eyes shone with a green light. As the Heavenly Demon Emperor's only son, the Heavenly Demon Emperor must have left behind many good things for his son in the past. And now, those things were in Lin Feng's hands. Let's go and find a place to take a look at the treasures in the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son's storage ring, Lin Feng said, and left with Taoist Wuliang. He planned to take a look at the treasures in the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son's storage ring before adjusting his condition. After he had fully adjusted his condition, Yi Zichen decided to take a deep breath. Then, he would refine the black, god-devouring flame and break through to the Boundary Emperor realm. Sheng Yuandao and the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son were killed by Lin Feng one after another. News quickly spread through the world inside the Primal Chaos Gate. Although the number of cultivators who had entered was relatively small, they were either great emperors or great emperors. Great emperors were either great emperors or extremely lucky people. Great emperors were either great emperors or the upper echelons of the various factions who knew how to enter the world inside the Primal Chaos Gate. When they heard about this, they were all extremely shocked. Sheng Yuandao and the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son were definitely the most promising rising stars among the younger generation of the myriad races. But now, he had been killed by Lin Feng alone. This news caused a huge commotion. Sheng Yuandao and the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son's identity was especially sensitive. Chapter 2964. Sheng Yuandao is the great-grandson of the great emperor of the sacred god race, Sheng Wuqiang. Now that he has been killed by Lin Feng, the sacred god race will not let this matter rest. The son of the Sky Demon Emperor is the only son of the Sky Demon Emperor. Although the Sky Demon Emperor has been dead for many years, many races were protected by the Sky Demon Emperor in the past. Now that the only son of the Sky Demon Emperor has been killed, many royal families will not sit idly by. This Lin Feng has caused a great disaster. There is absolutely no one who can save him. That's right, this person is dead for sure. Just wait and see. After the myriad races, extraterritorial races, and other foreign cultivators learned of this news, they began to discuss it. When the 9 regions cultivators heard this, they were overjoyed. The son of the Sky Demon Emperor and Sheng Yuandao had always been high and mighty. The 9 regions cultivators hated these two to the bone. Now that they heard that these two people had been killed by Lin Feng, they were naturally very happy. While the outside world was in an uproar because of the death of Sheng Yuandao and the son of the Sky Demon Emperor, Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang were searching for the storage ring of the Sky Demon Emperor's son. The storage ring of the Sky Demon Emperor's son had an independent space that was very large. Inside the storage ring was a mountain of top-grade origin crystals, a mountain of half-immortal stones. There were even thousands of immortal stones. It had to be said that this guy was really rich. Even Lin Feng had never seen so many immortal stones. Immortal stones were priceless treasures. They were often used at the critical moment of a breakthrough, such as when breaking through to the Great Emperor realm. This was because breaking through to the Great Emperor realm required extremely harsh energy. It required incomparably pure energy to help a cultivator complete the breakthrough. However, immortal stones were not easy to find. Many people missed the best time to break through because they could not find immortal stones. In the end, it led to the failure of the breakthrough. There were simply countless examples of this. It was a huge waste to break through to the Quasi-Emperor realm and refine immortal stones. But now, there were so many immortal stones in the storage ring of the Sky Demon Emperor's son. This made Lin Feng extremely excited. With so many immortal stones, he would need enough immortal stones to break through to the Emperor realm. In the storage ring of the Sky Demon Emperor's son, there was a mountain of natural treasures. Moreover, there was also a spiritual field. Inside the spirit field, there were stalks of immortal herbs shrouded in immortal light. This greatly surprised Lin Feng. Only spirit herbs that were over 1,000,000 years old could become immortal herbs. One had to know that ordinary spirit herbs would be destroyed after growing for 70,000 to 80,000 years. Very few spirit herbs could grow to over 100,000 years old. Needless to say, spiritual herbs that were over 1,000,000 years old were simply rare in the world. Although immortal herbs were not at the level of immortal herbs, they were still extremely precious and could be refined into immortal pills with immortal herbs as the main ingredient. Moreover, these immortal medicines could greatly increase a cultivator's lifespan and could even bring the dead back to life. Each type of immortal medicine was extremely heaven-defying. Now, there were actually 60 to 70 different types of immortal medicines here. Lin Feng didn't know where the heavenly demon emperor's son got these immortal herbs. Could it be that the heavenly demon emperor had left it for him? Lin Feng continued to search through the various treasures inside. The storage ring was extremely large and contained all kinds of treasures. For example, there were all kinds of immortal metals, divine stones, and various magic treasures piled up like mountains. Lin Feng discovered 4 extremely terrifying treasures in the storage ring of the heavenly demon emperor's son. The first magic treasure was the war spear that the heavenly demon emperor's son often used. With a light sweep of this war spear, heaven and earth would collapse. This war spear was called the Sky War Spear. It was an emperor-level magic treasure. The second magic treasure was a giant sword surrounded by lightning. This giant sword was called the Sword of Heavenly Lightning. It was also an emperor-level weapon. The third treasure was even more extraordinary. It was the heavenly demon saber left behind by the heavenly demon emperor. This heavenly demon saber was an immortal artifact-level treasure. However, before the heavenly demon emperor died, he added 9 seals to the heavenly demon saber. Perhaps the heavenly demon emperor didn't want his son to rely too much on the power of the magic treasure, so he gave up on his own cultivation. Thus, he added these seals to the heavenly demon saber. The fourth treasure shocked Lin Feng even more. The fourth treasure was trapped in the deepest part of the storage ring of the heavenly demon emperor's son. This storage ring should have been refined by the heavenly demon emperor and passed down to his son. Now, this storage ring was in Lin Feng's hands. An ancient demon weapon was suppressed in the deepest part of the storage ring. Lin Feng had seen ancient demon weapons before. Thus, he could sense the ancient demon weapon's aura. The treasure suppressed was definitely an ancient demon weapon. It emitted boundless demon chi. Moreover, its aura was so terrifying that it made one's face pale. Even if an ancient demon weapon was suppressed, its terrifying aura still made one's soul tremble uncontrollably. Back then, Lin Feng had obtained Mai Takeo's storage ring. This ancient immortal storage ring suppressed an ancient demon weapon, and this ancient killing weapon was still being suppressed in the storage ring. Without absolute strength to control the ancient demon weapon, Lin Feng naturally couldn't release it. If he really did that, he would definitely die. Kid, you're very powerful. You actually killed the heavenly demon emperor's son. Now, perhaps we can negotiate. Let's talk about where we can cooperate. A voice suddenly resounded in Lin Feng's mind. The ancient demon weapon was transmitting to Lin Feng, hoping to negotiate with Lin Feng. Lin Feng asked indifferently, "Did the heavenly demon emperor suppress you back then?" "That's right. The heavenly demon emperor suppressed me. Back then, the heavenly demon emperor wanted me to acknowledge him as my master. Of course, I didn't agree. Thus, the heavenly demon emperor and I engaged in an unprecedented battle. The ancient demon weapon began to tell Lin Feng what happened back then. That battle caused the heavens to fall and the earth to split. The sun and moon lost their light, the stars shattered, and the universe collapsed. The heavenly demon emperor was indeed worthy of being a peerless expert who could shake the 9 heavens. His strength was truly terrifying. Even I was no match for him. However, although the heavenly demon emperor was powerful, he was not powerful enough to crush me. After a fierce battle, the heavenly demon emperor was finally injured by me. The murderous aura in my body rushed into his Tao source. This is an incurable injury. My essence was also injured by the heavenly demon emperor. Then, the heavenly demon emperor suppressed me in his heavenly demon ring. You're saying that you single-handedly caused the Heavenly Demon Emperor's death? Lin Feng asked in shock. This was absolutely earth-shattering news. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's death back then was simply too strange. Chapter 2965. The Heavenly Demon Emperor was such a terrifying existence and a powerful expert. However, he died because of suppressing the ancient demon soldier. This matter caused Lin Feng's heart to be greatly shocked. The strength of the ancient demon soldier was evident. What are you still hesitating for? If you let me go, I can give you a lot of things. All kinds of powerful supernatural powers, even the 3,000 great Daos, the locations of many experts, etc. I can tell you everything. The ancient demon soldier slowly tempted Lin Feng and made Lin Feng agree to his request. However, Lin Feng was not moved at all. Now, the ancient demon soldier was very tempting and promised very well. However, who knew if he would still have the same attitude after he was released? What if the ancient demon soldier turned hostile? If an expert of this level turned hostile, the consequences would be disastrous for Lin Feng. Therefore, even if he really released the ancient demon soldier, it would definitely not be at this time. He would wait until Lin Feng's cultivation was strong enough in the future. When he was confident that he could subdue the ancient demon soldier and make it work for him, he would release the ancient demon soldier. The ancient demon soldier seemed to be aware of Lin Feng's thoughts. He continued, "There are not many opportunities in life. If you seize one opportunity, you may be able to change your life. You must think about this matter carefully." Lin Feng said, "Of course, I will think about this matter carefully. Give me some time to think about it." "Okay, I hope it won't take too long," the ancient demon soldier said. Lin Feng did not want to fall out with the ancient demon soldier now. After all, there was no grudge between him and the ancient demon soldier. Since he could delay it, he would delay it for a while. Lin Feng continued to search for other treasures. Lin Feng found many ancient star maps. They were all routes to various star fields. These ancient star maps were extremely precious. Lin Feng even found the ancient star maps to the demon realm and the devil realm. This surprised him. The son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor really had a lot of good things on him. Lin Feng was more interested in the magical powers of the son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor. This person's inherited magical powers were extremely powerful. Every magical power could be said to be heaven-defying, peerless and invincible, boundless and terrifying. If he could obtain the magical powers of the son of the Heavenly Demon Emperor, he would definitely be able to accumulate a lot of power. Lin Feng searched carefully, but he could not find the inheritance of the Heavenly Demon Emperor. It seemed that the Heavenly Demon Emperor did not record of the powerful magical powers of the Heavenly Demon Emperor. Instead, he memorized it in his mind. Of the Emperor, of the ancient Demon Emperor, Lin Feng was, what's this? A key. Every page was densely packed with words. Lin Feng was shocked when he saw the words. The contents of the book were cultivation techniques. Each page contained a magical power. There were a total of 15 magical powers. All of them were 3,000 great Daos. The Heavenly Demon Emperor's son must have obtained these 3,000 great Daos. He didn't have time to comprehend them. If he did, he would have destroyed the book. Lin Feng could not help but ponder. He guessed that the book might have been obtained by the Heavenly Demon Emperor's son from the Primal Chaos Ancient Nation or the Primal Chaos Gate. And now, this opportunity had become his. 15 3,000 great Daos. I've struck it rich. Lin Feng couldn't help but feel excited. The 3,000 great Daos were the foundation of cultivation. They were the foundation of a great Dao. Such a great Dao was naturally wondrous. The more of the 3,000 great Daos one cultivated, the more perfect one's great Dao would be. The foundation of a great Dao would also become stronger. To a cultivator, this was an extremely important matter. Great tortoise breathing technique, great art of invincibility, great dragon strength technique, great gale technique, great collapsing technique, great execution technique, great resurrection technique, great restoration technique. Lin Feng flipped through the 15 pages and carefully browsed through the contents. Every one of the 3,000 great Daos was incomparably precious. Finally, Lin Feng's divine will withdrew from the heavenly demon ring. Immeasurable Taoist called out, "What treasures are inside? We're brothers. Let's split it in half." Lin Feng said, "This heavenly demon emperor's son was really a pauper. He didn't have anything good on him. They were all junk. But at least he had some immortal stones on him," Lin Feng said as he took out 10 immortal stones and some heavenly treasures. He gave them to Immeasurable Taoist. The heavenly demon emperor's son was killed by Lin Feng himself. These treasures naturally belonged to Lin Feng. However, considering that Immeasurable Taoist was on his side, it wouldn't be good if he didn't give him anything. The heavenly demon emperor's son's father is the heavenly demon emperor. He must have left many treasures behind. Are you trying to send a beggar away with these things? Immeasurable Taoist immediately shouted in dissatisfaction. Lin Feng said, "Look at what you're saying. How could I send a beggar away with these things? I know you obtained many treasures from the Great Tomb, so you don't care about these things, right? Why don't we take out the treasures we obtained and split them evenly?" When Lin Feng mentioned the treasures in the Great Tomb, Immeasurable Taoist looked at Lin Feng like he was guarding against a thief. He didn't continue arguing with Lin Feng. He directly took the things Lin Feng gave him. Over the next few days, Lin Feng adjusted his state of mind. While Lin Feng was in seclusion, the old golden crow searched everywhere for Lin Feng like a madman. He wanted to kill Lin Feng to avenge the heavenly demon emperor's son. Many strong cultivators from the 10,000 clans, foreign races, and other influential groups were looking for Lin Feng. They also wanted to eliminate Lin Feng. These sects were aiming for the 9 prefectures. Since they wanted to seize the 9 prefectures, they couldn't allow a heaven-defying existence like Lin Feng to grow. Otherwise, he would be a huge threat to them in the future. Lin Feng was unaware of what was happening outside. After 3 days of seclusion, the tribulation light surged from Lin Feng's forehead. He felt that it was the best time to break through. Lin Feng took out a large number of half-immortal stones and devoured their energy. He stored the energy in his dantian, waiting to use it when he broke through. Next, Lin Feng began refining the 8th-ranked Black Flame God-Devouring Skyfire. Chapter 2966. Lin Feng had already refined 4 types of heavenly fire, so he was very eager to refine the Black Flame Spirit-Devouring Fire. The first time a cultivator refined a heavenly fire was often the most difficult because it was very likely that the cultivator would be burned to ashes by the heavenly fire. As long as one had experience, refining the heavenly fire would not be as difficult as before. After all, everything started from nothing, and then practice made perfect. Lin Feng, who had refined 4 types of heavenly fire in succession, was definitely very familiar with it. The Black Flame Spirit-Devouring Fire was indeed the 8th-ranked heavenly fire. The backlash was extremely terrifying. Waves of tyrannical flame power surged in his body, burning Lin Feng's body. However, Lin Feng summoned the 4 heavenly fires to protect his body at this moment. Therefore, the Black Flame Spirit-Devouring Fire could not harm Lin Feng's body. The Black Flame Spirit-Devouring Fire seemed to have given birth to its own spirituality, but this spirituality was not particularly strong. No wonder the Black Flame Spirit-Devouring Fire had taken the initiative to run away. It turned out that the Black Flame Spirit-Devouring Fire had given birth to a fire spirit. This fire spirit should not be the first fire spirit born in the Black Flame Spirit-Devouring Fire. This was because a heavenly fire like the Black Flame Spirit-Devouring Fire had a very long history. The first fire spirit definitely had extremely heaven-defying strength. However, many fire spirits of heavenly fire had been obliterated for various reasons. Therefore, many heavenly fires did not have fire spirits. If there was a fire spirit, one would encounter fierce resistance from the fire spirit when trying to refine these heavenly fires. The current fire spirit of the Black Flame Spirit-Devouring Fire should be born after the previous fire spirit was destroyed. The current fire spirit was not strong enough, so it could not resist Lin Feng's refinement of the Black Flame Spirit-Devouring Fire. It took Lin Feng 3 days to get there. Finally, He successfully refined the black flame spirit-devouring fire. Waves of terrifying aura surged out of Lin Feng's body. It shook the void. An extremely powerful light of calamity formed between Lin Feng's eyebrows. That light of calamity could be said to be apocalyptic. It was so terrifying that people could not help but turn pale. Boom. Along with the violent fluctuations, it surged out. Lin Feng could no longer suppress the light of calamity between his eyebrows. Lin Feng felt like his body was about to explode. He quickly rushed out of the cave where he was in seclusion. The outside world was already flashing with lightning, and a sea of lightning was already brewing. This guy's lightning tribulation is too terrifying. Taoist Wu Liang could not stop himself from shouting. Next, he quickly flew into the distance. Soon, the first tribulation lightning struck. Lin Feng stood in the void, allowing the first lightning tribulation to strike his body. He was safe and sound. Now that Lin Feng had the support of the 8th heavenly flame, his body seemed to have the power to destroy the world. That surge of power was akin to toppling mountains and overturning seas, frenziedly battering Lin Feng's realm barrier. That power seemed to contain a new kind of power that could protect Lin Feng's body. To help Lin Feng resist the heavenly tribulation, thick Kulpa thunders bombarded Lin Feng, but they couldn't injure him. When Lin Feng broke through to the giant god realm, he attracted a minor karma tribulation. One had to know that some cultivators who broke through to the great emperor realm only attracted a minor karma tribulation. But Lin Feng attracted a minor karma tribulation when he broke through to the giant god realm. What a shocking thing this was. Now that he broke through to the quasi-emperor realm, Lin Feng would definitely attract an even more terrifying and powerful lightning tribulation. All kinds of lightning tribulation struck down. Lin Feng seemed to be immune to all kinds of lightning tribulation. No matter how powerful the lightning tribulation was, it could not hurt his body. Lin Feng resisted the first 3,000 bolts of lightning tribulation with his physical body. Those powerful lightning tribulation power was absorbed into Lin Feng's body and then tempered his body. Lin Feng's physical strength was greatly improved. Breaking through a major realm and tempering the body with lightning tribulation was the best time to improve the physical body. Lin Feng was well aware of this point. So at this moment, Lin Feng was absorbing the power of lightning tribulation to his heart's content, tempering his body. His body was bronze in color. Although it did not look very strong, the muscles on his body were perfectly streamlined. This was a body so perfect that others couldn't help but be envious of it. Every inch of his muscles seemed to contain destructive power. After the 3,000 bolts of lightning tribulation, Lin Feng had no choice but to use magic power to resist these lightning tribulation. Because the destructive power of the lightning tribulation after the 3,000 bolts of lightning tribulation was too terrifying, the damage to the body was too serious. If he did not use magic power to resist, even a body as strong as Lin Feng's would not be able to bear it. Although he was using magic power to resist these lightning tribulation, Lin Feng's body was still absorbing the power of the lightning tribulation. The later lightning tribulation was very destructive. Lin Feng's body exploded time and time again, but it was repaired by Lin Feng's immortal divine body. In this constant cycle of destruction and rebirth, Lin Feng's body was undergoing a new transformation. This transformation was extremely difficult, but once it was successful, Lin Feng's body would surpass the immortal emperor realm. It would reach a whole new level. After the 6,000 bolts of lightning tribulation fell, Lin Feng would be injured even if he used magic power. However, the lightning tribulation continued to fall, and it clearly had no intention of ending. Is this guy trying to go through a great karma tribulation? This kind of heavenly tribulation contains 9,999 bolts of lightning tribulation. He's just breaking through to the boundary emperor realm, but he actually attracted a lightning tribulation that others might not be able to attract when breaking through to the immortal emperor realm. This guy is too sick. In the distance, Taoist Wu Liang could not help but exclaim. This time, Taoist Wu Liang had guessed correctly. Lin Feng was going through a great karma tribulation. It contained a total of 9,999 bolts of lightning tribulation. This was a heaven-defying lightning tribulation that was terrifying to an unimaginable extent. It was simply shocking. The lightning tribulation was terrifying, but Lin Feng had endless means. Finally, he successfully endured 8,000 bolts of lightning tribulation. The lightning tribulation after that was even more powerful and terrifying. All kinds of terrifying lightning tribulations fell one after another. When Lin Feng endured the 9,985th bolt of lightning tribulation, even someone as powerful as him was almost killed by the lightning tribulation. At the crucial moment, Lin Feng awakened the power of the immortal divine blood. Lin Feng seemed to have seen a mysterious world, and in that mysterious world, his father was looking at him. Behind his father, there were many illusory figures. Those existences seemed to be their bloodline's ancestors. Lin Feng's immortal divine blood played an extremely crucial role during the lightning tribulation. In addition, the Great Calamity art played a crucial role. Lin Feng actually went through 9,999 bolts of lightning tribulation consecutively without being obliterated. There were still 9 bolts of lightning tribulation left, and they were also the most terrifying ones. If he succeeded, Lin Feng would break through to the Boundary Emperor realm. Chapter 2967. The minor karma tribulation consisted of 4,999 types of lightning tribulations. The major karma tribulation consisted of 9,999 types of lightning tribulations. No matter how powerful the lightning tribulation was, Lin Feng had already reached the end. The last 9 Kulpa thunders were terrifying and Lin Feng's body was covered with cuts and bruises. But even so, Lin Feng still believed that with his strength, he would definitely be able to successfully transcend the tribulation. Boom! The 9th last thunder tribulation condensed, and this thunder tribulation actually condensed into an immortal palace. Within the immortal palace, there were fairies dancing and immortals singing. Suddenly, the palace was moving towards Lin Feng and oppressing him. A loud rumbling sound rang out, and the world was shattered. Before the immortal palace even touched Lin Feng's body, Lin Feng had already suffered a calamity. His body exploded, and he suffered extremely serious injuries. The immortal palace was simply too terrifying. The power it contained made one's face pale. Supreme Reincarnation Fist. Break your immortal palace. Lin Feng couldn't help but roar. All the divine ability arrays in his body were activated. These divine ability arrays flew around the divine ability array formed by Lin Feng's Supreme Reincarnation Fist. The Supreme Reincarnation Tao was Lin Feng's Tao. The Supreme Reincarnation Fist was an unparalleled divine fist that Lin Feng created with his own Tao. With a punch, the world collapsed. Now, the power of the Supreme Reincarnation Fist was displayed. It was truly peerless and terrifying. Bang, 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 bang. 9 consecutive punches were thrown out. Each punch contained the power to shatter the world. After 9 punches, the immortal palace collapsed. The shattered lightning tribulation laws were devoured by Lin Feng. These lightning tribulation laws contained the great Tao of heaven and earth. Lin Feng devoured these great Tao of heaven and earth to temper his Supreme Reincarnation Fist and his great Tao foundation. Roar! The roar shook the sky, and a 9-headed giant spiritual god appeared. This was the first time Lin Feng had seen such a living being. Its aura was simply too terrifying. It was like a real body of flesh and blood. The 9-headed giant spiritual god was holding a huge axe in his hand. He descended from the sky and chopped towards Lin Feng. Lin Feng and the 9-headed giant spiritual god fought fiercely. Lin Feng was almost cut in half by the 9-headed divine spirit, but in the end, Lin Feng won by a narrow margin. 9 Titan spiritual gods were successfully killed. After the 9 Titan spiritual gods, the great emperor's imprints appeared one after another. The shattered chains of the heavenly Tao order. A terrifying demonic hand. It was surrounded by endless devil chi. He didn't know what kind of shocking origin this demonic hand had. It was so terrifying that it made people pale with fright. Lin Feng's body was almost smashed into meat paste by this demonic hand. If it were anyone else, they would have died long ago. If not for the immortal divine body, Lin Feng would have been killed by the devil hand. In the end, Lin Feng managed to destroy the demon hand. After the demon hand, the imprints of 9 foreign creatures appeared. These 9 foreign creatures' killing intent was monstrous. Each one of them was incomparably powerful and terrifying. The 9 foreign creatures joining forces was simply despairing. Lin Feng used the 1 Qi into 3 pure ones, and the magnetic field formed by the 9 layers of Haki, but he was still almost annihilated. At the crucial moment, Lin Feng awakened his sovereign emperor bloodline. An extremely tyrannical power surged out of his sovereign emperor bloodline. This power seemed to be the power sleeping in his bloodline. Now, this power seemed to have sensed the danger Lin Feng was in. Therefore, when Lin Feng awakened his sovereign emperor bloodline, the ancestor strength that had been sleeping in his blood had awakened and helped Lin Feng kill the 9 foreign creatures' imprints. Lin Feng's sovereign emperor bloodline had only awakened once. It had yet to awaken a second time. As for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, or even more awakenings, Lin Feng naturally didn't dare to have extravagant hopes. If the sovereign emperor bloodline could also be awakened at a deeper level, resisting the lightning tribulation today wouldn't be so difficult. Lin Feng had never been in such a sorry state before. He was almost killed by the lightning tribulation many times, and each time, he narrowly escaped death. After killing the 9 foreign creature imprints, Yi Zichen's face changed. There were only 3 lightning tribulations left. These last 3 lightning tribulations were often the most terrifying. Each lightning tribulation contained a terrifying power that couldn't help but shock people. The 3rd last lightning tribulation actually had another Lin Feng appear. It was an identical Lin Feng. Everything that Lin Feng knew, the other Lin Feng also knew. The 3rd last lightning tribulation was to defeat himself. Lin Feng and the other him fought fiercely. Both sides fought until the sky turned dark and all kinds of powerful moves were used. Both sides suffered near-fatal injuries. But Lin Feng still wasn't able to defeat himself. Because what he knew, the other Lin Feng also knew. This lightning tribulation seemed to be a lightning tribulation that could never be successfully passed. Because defeating others might be easy. But defeating oneself was truly too difficult. In this world, how many people dared to say that they could defeat themselves? No one dared to say that. Because defeating oneself was truly something that was close to impossible. This battle almost caused Lin Feng to be on the verge of collapse. But in the end, Lin Feng comprehended something. He looked at the other him with an indifferent expression. Then, he muttered, "I have an invincible heart. Do you?" At this moment, Lin Feng stopped using his divine ability and dispersed his magic power. He walked step by step towards the other him. Lin Feng's Tao began to circulate. The Tao of the Sovereign Invincible. This was the invincible heart that Lin Feng spoke of. Although the other Lin Feng grasped all the divine abilities that Lin Feng grasped. But after all, he was only a lightning tribulation, condensed by the heavenly Tao. The Tao that Lin Feng wanted to create was a brand new Tao beyond the 3,000 Great Tao. It was a Tao that surpassed the 3,000 Great Tao. Just like the Tao of the mortal world created by the Red World Fairy, it was so terrifying and shocking. Sooner or later, the Red World Fairy's Tao would surpass the 3,000 Great Tao. And Lin Feng also wanted to create such a Tao. This was his invincible heart. The other Lin Feng was condensed by the heavenly Tao. How could it surpass the heavenly Tao? The other Lin Feng directly collapsed after sensing the powerful will in Lin Feng's heart. There are only 2 lightning tribulations left. Taoist Wu Yang couldn't help but take a deep breath. Today, when he saw Lin Feng transcend the tribulation, his heart was also filled with deep shock. This was a great karmic tribulation. It contained a total of 9,999 das. And yet, Lin Feng was about to transcend it just like that. If he could successfully transcend the last 2 das, Lin Feng would be able to break through to the quasi-emperor realm. Of course, Taoist Wu Yang also knew that the last 2 das were definitely extremely difficult. It was hazy. A figure walked over from afar. He was like the ruler of heaven and earth. He was so powerful and terrifying. When he saw that existence, Lin Feng even felt that he was insignificant. That existence was shrouded in a black robe. Descendant of the sovereign emperor clan, do you know that only a dozen people have appeared since the birth of your lineage? And most of your ancestors were killed by me. Chapter 2968. This black-robed cultivator wasn't a real existence either. He was still a brand formed by the heavenly Tao. However, this black-robed cultivator was simply too powerful. If even a brand formed by the heavenly Tao was so terrifying, it was hard to imagine just how powerful this black-robed cultivator's true body was. However, the black-robed cultivator's words caused Lin Feng's eyes to bulge out of their sockets. He wanted nothing more than to cut this black-robed cultivator into 1,000 pieces. More than a dozen sovereign emperor ancestors had appeared, but most of them had been killed by this black-robed cultivator. Who was he? Why did he kill the sovereign emperor ancestors? Who are you? Lin Feng's voice was cold as he looked at the black-robed cultivator. He had never hated someone so much before, but right now, Lin Feng wanted nothing more than to eat this black-robed cultivator's flesh and blood. The black-robed cultivator looked at his palm and said sinisterly, "Because I'm bored. In my long life, I'm extremely bored. So, I'll find some powerful races and play some small games with them." Your ancestors were indeed very outstanding. They also had a talent for playing games. I remember that a few of your ancestors almost escaped from the game I created. However, I only needed to use a little trick, such as capturing their lovers and forcing them to stay in the game. They would obediently submit. Then, not long after, they were killed by me. The black-robed cultivator spoke in a casual manner. However, Lin Feng could imagine the incomparably tragic scene back then. His ancestors had been toyed with by this unknown person. In the end, they had died tragically. This person was simply too detestable. "I'm going to kill you. Today, I'll destroy your projection. When I find your true body in the future, I'll cut you into 1,000 pieces. Then, I'll cast your soul into the boundless purgatory. You'll suffer endless torment and never be reincarnated." Lin Feng couldn't help but roar in anger. His eyes turned blood red as he charged toward the black-robed cultivator. The black-robed cultivator waved his sleeve from far away. Bang! A terrifying force slammed into Lin Feng's body. This was only a casual attack from the black-robed cultivator, but the power it contained was simply too terrifying. Lin Feng was blown away by the explosion. He felt as if his body was about to explode. His body had been severely injured. This black-robed cultivator's combat strength was unbelievably strong. "You're really too weak." The black-robed cultivator looked disdainfully at Lin Feng, his eyes filled with disdain. Lane. His expression was incomparably cold. He looked at Lin Feng as if he was a corpse. Who the hell is this guy? Little Lin Feng is in trouble now. He won't be killed, right? Not far away, Taoist Wu Liang paced around anxiously. But there was nothing he could do. No one could help him transcend the tribulation. The cultivator in black clothes walked towards Lin Feng and smiled coldly. "I don't want to waste time with a tiny insect like you. You can go to hell now." With that, the black-robed cultivator raised his right hand and slapped toward Lin Feng. Lin Feng's expression was indifferent as he charged toward the black-robed cultivator fearlessly. He used the One Spirit into 3 Pure Ones technique and condensed 9 layers of domineering aura. The 9 layers of domineering aura formed an extremely powerful magnetic field and enveloped the black-robed cultivator. However, this black-robed cultivator was simply too powerful. After being enveloped by Lin Feng's magnetic field, he did not seem to be affected at all. In addition to the magnetic field formed by the 9 layers of domineering aura, the 3 Lin Feng clones also used various powerful divine abilities. For example, the Mystic Turtle Hunchback Tablet, Fall of the 3 Realms, Demon Ancestor Sacred Fist, and so on. All sorts of powerful divine abilities were blasted toward the black-robed cultivator. However, the black-robed cultivator's palm shattered all of Lin Feng's divine abilities. Lin Feng's 2 clones. They were also shattered. Lin Feng's original body was sent flying by the palm. His face was as pale as paper. Crack, crack. Countless bones in his body were broken. Although the black-robed cultivator was only formed by the heavenly Tao, his combat power was enough to make people despair. "It's over. It's really over this time." Seeing Lin Feng being sent flying, Taoist Wu Liang could not help but pace back and forth on the spot. He was now anxious and had no way to help Lin Feng. Although he often bickered with Lin Feng, deep down, Taoist Wu Liang cherished Lin Feng as a friend very much. Because before Taoist Wu Liang met Lin Feng, he was all alone. Lin Feng was Taoist Wu Liang's first and only friend. Naturally, Taoist Wu Liang did not want Lin Feng to die under the attack of a lightning tribulation. But now, it seemed that Lin Feng was about to fail the tribulation. An ant is an ant, pitifully weak. The black-robed cultivator looked at Lin Feng with contempt. His eyes were filled with a cold sneer. He took a step forward and instantly appeared in front of Lin Feng. Then, he grabbed Lin Feng by the neck. "You can give up struggling now. I'll send you to see your ancestors now. Remember my name. I'm called Taoist Master Great Dark. If you reincarnate in your next life, be an ordinary person," the black-robed cultivator said sinisterly. Just as he was about to break Lin Feng's neck, holy light surged within Lin Feng's body and forced the black-robed cultivator back. Then, Lin Feng's sovereign blood began to circulate. The 5 black holes in his dantian also began to revolve wildly. The 5 black holes merged into one. Then, illusory figures began to appear from the merged black holes. Each figure was an ancestor of the sovereign's imperial clan. Lin Feng watched the changes in his body in shock. "You've all been dead for a long time. Your bloodline will gradually disappear from this world." The black-robed cultivator laughed sinisterly and charged at Lin Feng again. He punched out at Lin Feng, wanting to kill Lin Feng. At that moment, the illusory figures of the sovereign's imperial clan in the black holes surged with immense power. All of that power surged into Lin Feng's body. Lin Feng felt as if his body contained a tyrannical power that could split the heavens and earth. "Die!" Lin Feng couldn't help but roar and punch at the black-robed cultivator. Bang! The two sides collided. The unimaginably powerful black-robed cultivator was sent flying by Lin Feng's punch. Lin Feng charged forward. Punch after punch, he rained down on the black-robed cultivator. The black-robed cultivator roared angrily. He wanted to fight back, but Lin Feng suppressed him. Lin Feng punched out 36 times in a row. Finally, the black-robed cultivator couldn't hold on any longer and his body exploded. Chapter 2969. After Lin Feng's bloodline awakened, he displayed shocking power and killed the mysterious black-robed cultivator. Taoist Master Tai Ming. Lin Feng would remember that name. Lin Feng gnashed his teeth in anger. The two of them hated each other. Lin Feng naturally wanted to cut Taoist Master Tai Ming into pieces to vent his anger. However, Lin Feng knew that now was not the time to kill Taoist Master Tai Ming. He needed to wait. He could only search for Taoist Master Tai Ming's whereabouts after his cultivation improved. Then, he would kill him and avenge the ancestor of the sovereign emperor clan. "No matter who you are, no matter what amazing identity you have, I will find you and cut you into pieces." Murderous intent appeared in Lin Feng's eyes. Now, his murderous intent was monstrous, and he wanted nothing more than to cut Taoist Master Tai Ming into pieces. There's only one last lightning tribulation left. Taoist Wu Liang couldn't help but take a deep breath. He was happy for Lin Feng when he saw that Lin Feng had defeated Taoist Master Tai Ming. The last lightning tribulation was usually the most powerful one. "Little bastard, are you ready to die?" At this moment, a sinister and terrifying voice came from afar. The old golden crow walked toward Lin Feng step by step. Obviously, the old golden crow was Lin Feng's last lightning tribulation. This was a human tribulation. Once a human tribulation appeared, it would be extremely terrifying. This was because the cultivators who appeared in the human tribulation were definitely experts with terrifying combat strength. The old golden crow was one such example. He was a great emperor expert. Although the old golden crow's bloodline had gradually deteriorated due to his body's aging, his combat strength had also greatly decreased compared to before. But so what? The old golden crow still had the combat strength of a great emperor, and his cultivation was heaven-defying. Although Lin Feng's combat strength was strong, there was still a huge gap between him and the old golden crow. Previously, the son of the heavenly demon emperor was killed by Lin Feng. The old golden crow wanted nothing more than to cut Lin Feng into pieces. Now was the final tribulation for Lin Feng to break through to the quasi-emperor realm. Perhaps the heavenly Tao had sensed the old golden crow's killing intent towards Lin Feng, so it had guided the old golden crow here. It became Lin Feng's final lightning tribulation. F***CK. This is troublesome. Taoist Wu Liang shouted when he saw the old golden crow. How could a cultivator who had just broken through to the quasi-emperor realm fight against an existence at the level of the old golden crow? Anyone who saw this scene would feel a deep sense of despair. The old golden crow was simply too terrifying and powerful. There was absolutely no one in this world who could defeat an expert like the golden crow while breaking through to the quasi-emperor realm. Even immortal venerable Hong Chun couldn't do that. The current situation was too dangerous for Lin Feng. Not to mention, Lin Feng had already experienced 9,998 lightning tribulations. Now, his body was severely damaged, and his combat strength had fallen to the lowest point. How could he still have the ability to fight against the old golden crow? Taoist Wu Liang was well aware of the predicament Lin Feng was facing, so his face was extremely gloomy. He really did not know how Lin Feng could defeat the old golden crow, which was almost impossible. Lin Feng was naturally aware of this. Even if he was in peak condition, he could not be a match for the old golden crow, who was a great emperor. Let alone now? I really did not expect that the final tribulation for breaking through to the quasi-emperor realm would be you. Lin Feng looked at the old golden crow with a gloomy expression. He was thinking of a way to deal with the old golden crow. The old golden crow walked towards Lin Feng step by step and said with a sneer, "Karma is a cycle. Retribution is not good. When you killed His Highness, you should have expected this day to come." Lin Feng said with a sneer. The myriad races invaded the 9 provinces and harmed many innocent lives. The son of the heavenly demon emperor should be killed. The old golden crow laughed sinisterly and said with contempt, "The lowly beings of the 9 provinces, especially you humans, have a filthy and lowly bloodline. In the eyes of the myriad races, you are not even comparable to some livestock. So what if I kill you?" The myriad races, from the higher-ups to the ordinary cultivators, had the same attitude toward humans. Contempt, disdain, mockery, indifference, killing intent, and heartlessness. Lin Feng said with an indifferent expression, "It's just 3 crows, birds filled with bad luck. How dare you say that humans are lowly? I really don't know where you get your courage from. Lowly thing, I don't have the time to talk nonsense with you. I'll take your life now." The old golden crow looked coldly at Lin Feng. As soon as he finished speaking, he quickly flew towards Lin Feng. The old golden crow was surrounded by golden light, making him look like an old war god. With him as the center, the space around the old golden crow began to distort. Even though he had been on the decline for a long time, and his cultivation had been declining due to the loss of his bloodline. However, the old golden crow was still able to display a terrifying battle prowess that would shock anyone. A powerful palm strike blasted towards Lin Feng. The palm strike seemed to be able to shatter millions of worlds. The old golden crow did not hold back at all. He wanted to kill Lin Feng directly to prevent any unexpected events from happening. After sensing the old golden crow's palm strike, Lin Feng's expression remained indifferent. When he refined the black flame god-devouring fire, he had accumulated a large amount of energy in his body. He had not used up all of this energy yet. When the old golden crow's palm came crashing down, the accumulated energy in his body surged out and protected his body. Bang! The old golden crow's palm strike landed on Lin Feng's body, but it was blocked. The old golden crow's expression remained indifferent. He raised his right hand and slashed towards Lin Feng. He had many tricks up his sleeve, so he was naturally confident in killing a junior like Lin Feng. Die, old thing. At this moment, Lin Feng's body swelled up. The 5 types of heavenly fire in his body fused together. The 5 types of heavenly fire formed a terrifying fireball. Then, Lin Feng used the explosive power of the 5 types of heavenly fire and the power of self-destruction to deal with the old golden crow. Self-destruction? The old golden crow's expression changed. The old golden crow's expression suddenly changed. He had seen great emperors explode, but Lin Feng's chi wasn't as terrifying as his. The old golden crow wanted to dodge quickly, but it was too late. Boom! Lin Feng's body self-destructed. The destructive power surged out and blasted the old golden crow's body. Bang! Half of the old golden crow's body exploded. His entire left arm and right leg were blown to smithereens. He had received a near-fatal injury. Old thing, I'll kill you. Seeing Lin Feng self-destruct, Taoist Wuliang roared and summoned a treasure to attack the dying golden crow. The old golden crow's expression was extremely gloomy. He tore through the void and left quickly. Big brother, you died so miserably. Taoist Wuliang wailed. This guy actually shed tears. What are you crying for? I'm not dead yet. Lin Feng's voice came from the explosion. Lin Feng walked out of the explosion. Heavens, what's going on? Taoist Wuliang could not help but exclaim. Undying bloodline, rising from the ashes. Chapter 2970. This immortal bloodline is actually so awesome. It's comparable to the methods of the Phoenix clan. Immeasurable Taoist couldn't help but exclaim. The ability Lin Feng displayed was indeed too heaven-defying. He had already self-destructed. He actually didn't die, and even heavily injured the old golden crow. It was truly inconceivable. Actually, Lin Feng also wanted to take a gamble just now. The immortal bloodline did indeed contain the method of rebirth from blood. However, the success rate of this method was extremely low. Generally, the more bloodline awakened, the higher the chance of success, the higher the chance of success. However, the key was that the success rate of using this method after awakening the bloodline 9 times was less than 10%, and Lin Feng's bloodline had only awakened twice. Therefore, the success rate of using this method of rebirth from fire was less than 1%. However, just as Lin Feng was about to use this rebirth from fire to take a gamble, the immortal divine blood in Lin Feng's body also took the initiative to circulate. The immortal divine blood and the Sovereign Emperor clan both took the initiative to circulate. The ancestors of the Sovereign Emperor clan looked at Lin Feng from the black hole, and the ancestors of the immortal divine race, from Lin Feng to Lin Feng's father, also appeared in his dantian. They were also looking at Lin Feng. At that moment, Lin Feng suddenly had an extremely strong feeling in his heart. He felt that the ancestors of the Sovereign Emperor clan and the immortal divine race were filled with anticipation for him at that moment. The ancestors of both clans were protecting him. Therefore, Lin Feng did not hesitate to use the rebirth from fire technique recorded in the immortal divine blood. Therefore, after self-destructing, Lin Feng's soul was not destroyed. Instead, he was reborn from fire. Rumble. A loud sound echoed in all directions. The sea of lightning above the 9 heavens was dissipating bit by bit. Seeing the gradually dissipating sea of lightning, a smile appeared on Lin Feng's face. The lightning tribulation finally began to dissipate. Great karma tribulation. He had successfully resolved it. Was there anything more exciting than this? Then, Lin Feng felt the magic power in his body begin to increase crazily. Somehow, he seemed to see a mysterious stone staircase appear in the clouds, shrouded in immortal mist. The surging dermic powers in his body were like a surging river, engulfing heaven and earth. Lin Feng's realm began to rise steadily. After breaking through to the quasi-emperor realm, Lin Feng continued to climb the 9-layered stone steps. Finally, it stopped at the 10th stone step. Lin Feng was able to greatly increase his cultivation after breaking through to the quasi-emperor realm. Firstly, it was because he had accumulated a lot of power, and secondly, it was because of the feedback from the black flame god devouring fire. The black flame god devouring flame was indeed worthy of being ranked 8th among the heavenly flames. Not only did it help Lin Feng break through to the boundary emperor realm, but it also helped Lin Feng break through to the boundary emperor realm. Furthermore, he had even helped Lin Feng ascend to the 10th stone step of the quasi-emperor realm. Lin Feng discovered that his life form seemed to have undergone a special transformation. His life form seemed to be evolving to a higher level. Moreover, Lin Feng discovered that his lifespan had increased significantly. After breaking through to the quasi-emperor realm, his lifespan had increased from 30 million years to 80 million years. His physical body had also broken through from the immortal Emperor realm to the Imperial Emperor realm. The level of his soul had also been greatly improved, from about the level of the Quasi-Emperor realm that had climbed the 30th stone step to about the level of the Quasi-Emperor realm that had climbed the 40th stone step. The benefits that Lin Feng obtained from this breakthrough were simply too great. His cultivation had increased by too much. Apart from the improvement of his magic power, his physical body, and his soul, Lin Feng discovered that he seemed to have a completely new understanding of the great Tao of heaven and earth. Awesome! This is awesome! Does this mean I can compete with some martial gods now? Immeasurable Taoist asked, although he didn't know exactly how much Lin Feng's cultivation had increased. However, Taoist Wu Liang could sense the change in Lin Feng. That kind of change was so wonderful that it was difficult to describe it with words. However, this kind of change was extremely shocking. Taoist Wu Liang knew that the reason for this change was that Lin Feng's cultivation had increased by leaps and bounds. With Lin Feng's talent and strength, it was natural for his cultivation to increase by such a large margin. Lin Feng said, I don't know how strong I am now, but I feel that I'm still a little lacking when compared to a great emperor. Taoist Wu Liang chuckled and said, that's hard to say. Moreover, you have so many powerful magic treasures on you. I feel that even if you meet some early-stage great emperors now, they will be killed by you if they don't have powerful magic treasures to protect themselves. Lin Feng agreed with Taoist Wu Liang's words. Lin Feng had said that he wasn't sure if he could compete with some early-stage great emperors. When he said that, he didn't consider the various magic treasures he had. However, if he counted the various magic treasures he had, it would be too difficult for those early-stage great emperors to defeat him. Let's go and find the old golden crow. This old fellow is severely injured. Now is the best time to kill him, Lin Feng said. Taoist Wu Liang's eyes lit up. If he could kill the old golden crow, not only would he be able to obtain the old golden crow's great emperor's source, but he would also be able to obtain the old golden crow's storage ring. He wondered if the old golden crow had any powerful treasures on him. All right, let's go and kill the old golden crow. Taoist Wu Liang nodded. The magic power from my self-destruction has already seeped into the old golden crow's body. He has nowhere to hide, Lin Feng said. Then, he set off with Taoist Wu Liang to find the old golden crow. One day later, Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang found the old golden crow recuperating in a mountain range. The two of them took out various powerful magic treasures and shattered the mountain range, forcing the old golden crow out. You're not dead. The old golden crow looked at Lin Feng in disbelief. Lin Feng sneered. I'm an undying existence. How can I die? You, on the other hand, will die at the hands of us brothers today. As soon as he finished speaking, Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang controlled their magic treasures to attack the old golden crow. You're going too far. The old golden crow could not help but roar, his killing intent soaring. Lin Feng said indifferently, when you wanted to kill me, did you think that this day would come? When this old man recovers, I'll cut you into pieces. The old golden crow looked coldly at Lin Feng. He did not choose to stay and fight Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang to the death. Instead, he chose to escape. The old golden crow was not an undead god, so he could quickly recover from his injuries. Half of his body had exploded, and he had lost an arm and a leg. Naturally, it would take time to recover. You can't escape. Lin Feng sneered and chased after the old golden crow. Three-legged crow, don't run. Why are your legs missing? Do you want me to give you a prosthetic leg? Taoist Wu Liang shouted. When the old golden crow heard Taoist Wu Liang's words, he was so angry that he almost vomited blood. His eyes were filled with killing intent. Chapter 2971. Although the old golden crow was injured, his speed was still extremely fast. He was still an Emperor Realm expert, so his speed was not something an ordinary person could compare to. Many people saw Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang chasing after the old golden crow. This matter caused a huge uproar. How could someone as powerful as the old golden crow be so seriously injured? This is unbelievable. That's right, it's too inconceivable. Could he have been injured by Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang? How is that possible? Lin Feng and that damn Taoist Wu Liang are not emperors. How could they injure the old golden crow so seriously? Although I don't know what caused the old golden crow to be so seriously injured, his current situation is too dangerous. The slightest carelessness could lead to his death. The old golden crow won't die so easily. With such powerful cultivation, even if they could kill the old golden crow, it would be impossible for them to do so without paying a price. These cultivators from the myriad races, extraterrestrial races, and other foreign powers were all discussing this matter. The cultivators of the 9 provinces also saw Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang chasing after the old golden crow. As expected of Lin Feng, he's actually chasing after the protector of the heavenly demon emperor's son. How did the old golden crow get injured? Could it be that Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang really injured him together? The cultivators of the 9 provinces were also wondering how the old golden crow got injured. This was because the old golden crow looked too pitiful right now. Many people followed behind them, wanting to see the outcome of this battle. In the end, many cultivators caught up and saw a peak battle. Lin Feng took out the 2 stone swords, the 5 dragon wheel, and the heavenly mystery pagoda. On the other hand, Taoist Wu Liang took out his blood-red ruler and a mysterious magical conch. The conch kept making strange noises at the old golden crow. The strange noises were able to harm the old golden crow's soul. This damn Taoist Wu Liang indeed had a lot of treasures. Lin Feng saw this guy changing his treasures frequently. At every stage, he would be able to find the best treasures to deal with different enemies. There was a saying that went, "It's never a burden to have more skills." However, in the world of cultivators, there was no harm in having too many treasures. If he had all kinds of treasures on him, he would be able to deal with any situation with ease. The old golden crow felt like a trapped beast. Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang had always paid attention to protecting themselves. They wouldn't risk their lives to fight the golden crow. They wanted to exhaust the golden crow to death. The golden crow's injuries were too severe. What he needed to do now was to recuperate and quickly recover from his injuries, instead of fighting with others. If he continued to fight, his injuries would only worsen. The old golden crow was bleeding all over. He wanted to rush over and kill Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist. However, Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist would choose to dodge quickly. At the same time, they would control their powerful magic treasures to attack the golden crow. 2 lowly human cultivators. You actually forced this old man into such a state. However, don't be complacent too early. This is only a clone of mine. If my original body were here, I would be able to kill you with a flick of my finger. When the old golden crow was gradually unable to hold on, he suddenly let out a sinister voice. His cold and resentful eyes stared at Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist. People couldn't help but feel a sense of trepidation. What? It's only a clone? Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist looked at each other. Their expressions were extremely gloomy. To think that such a powerful cultivation was only a clone, this was truly unexpected. This made Lin Feng feel a sense of disbelief. However, it was obvious that the old golden crow didn't need to lie at this time. If even a clone was so powerful, how terrifying would the original body be? It doesn't matter if you're the original body or a clone. You're dead today. The immeasurable Taoist was unyielding for once. Since they had completely offended the old golden crow, there was no possibility of turning back. Now, it was either you die or I die. There was no third way. The immeasurable Taoist madly controlled the blood-colored ruler and the conch to attack the old golden crow. Woo! A peculiar sound came from the conch. The sound was very terrifying. It contained endless killing power. The old golden crow resisted for a long time, but was still injured by the conch. He couldn't help but roar in pain. Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist became spirited. They hurriedly controlled their magic treasures to attack the old golden crow. Bang! 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 A series of violent collisions rang out. The old golden crow suffered even more serious injuries. The old golden crow was sent flying. Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist's morale was greatly boosted. They continued to control their magic treasures to attack the old golden crow. The old golden crow's furious roar shook the sky. He knew his own situation. He was heavily injured. If this continued, he would be tortured to death by Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist. More importantly, he couldn't escape. Therefore, the old golden crow decided to drag Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist down with him before he died. Therefore, the old golden crow didn't continue to dodge the attacks of various magic treasures. His body began to burn, and his combat strength increased greatly. When all kinds of magic treasures attacked, the old golden crow used all his strength to slap Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist's magic treasures away. Then, he quickly rushed in front of Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist. Go to hell. The old golden crow had a sinister smile on his face. His body became swollen. Bang then. The old golden crow's body directly exploded. The power of a great emperor-level powerhouse's self-destruction was naturally terrifying beyond imagination. The energy aftermath of the explosion instantly shattered the void. Waves of destructive energy rippled through the air. It shook the void. It swept in all directions. Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist were also drowned by the energy aftermath of the old golden crow's self-destruction. At this time, cultivators flew over from afar. There were cultivators from the 9 regions. There were also cultivators from the 10,000 races, extraterrestrial races, and other foreign forces. These cultivators saw the old golden crow's self-destruction from afar. Then, the energy aftermath of the self-destruction drowned Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist. Are they all dead? After seeing this scene, many people murmured. If they were all dead, this would definitely be a battle where both sides would suffer. When the energy aftermath dissipated, everyone saw Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist crawling up from the mountain forest. Lin Feng had already activated the heavenly mystery pagoda, and before the old golden crow self-destructed, the immeasurable Taoist also took out a powerful defensive magic treasure. The 2 defensive magic treasures blocked the old golden crow's self-destruction, so there was naturally no big problem. I spent a lot of effort to destroy the old golden crow, but I didn't expect it to be just a clone. How unlucky. The immeasurable Taoist said gloomily. Lin Feng also felt extremely unlucky, but it was quite good to be able to destroy a great emperor. The old golden crow self-destructed, and his origin was also destroyed, but fortunately, his storage ring was not destroyed. He and the immeasurable Taoist took the old golden crow's storage ring. Chapter 2972. After Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang left, they looked for a place to check what was in the old golden crow's storage ring. Of course, ever since they learned that the old golden crow was just a clone, Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang did not have much hope. Even if there was a particularly amazing treasure, it would not be in the clone's possession. It would definitely be in the old golden crow's possession. After some inspection, Lin Feng found a lot of things in the old golden crow's storage ring, such as all kinds of heaven and earth treasures, immortal iron, divine stone, cultivation resources, alchemy recipes, and so on. For other cultivators, these items would definitely be considered as a great harvest. But for Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang, they did not lack these things. Both of them controlled many supreme treasures, each of which was extremely precious. They also had all kinds of cultivation resources. So after seeing the old golden crow's things, Lin Feng and Taoist Wu Liang did not have much of a fluctuation in their mood. The 2 of them divided the old golden crow's things equally. Lin Feng then took out Shang Yuandao's storage ring. Previously, he had obtained the storage rings of Shang Yuandao and the son of the heavenly demon emperor, but Lin Feng only checked the storage ring of the son of the heavenly demon emperor and did not carefully check Shang Yuandao's storage ring. Shang Yuandao should have a lot of good things in his storage ring. Lin Feng was naturally looking forward to it. His spiritual force invaded Shang Yuandao's storage ring, and then a destructive force surged out of Shang Yuandao's storage ring. That destructive force instantly swept towards Lin Feng's spiritual force and even wanted to pass through Lin Feng's spiritual force. It attacked Lin Feng himself. Lin Feng's spiritual force quickly withdrew from Shang Yuandao's storage ring. At this moment, Shang Yuandao's storage ring directly shattered. Lin Feng could not help but frown. Shang Yuandao's storage ring contained the law of destruction. Clearly, someone didn't want any cultivator other than the owner of the storage ring to obtain this storage ring. Therefore, they placed such a restriction on it. The treasures in the storage ring would also be destroyed along with the restriction. It was an incomparable pity. Lin Feng guessed that this was not a restriction created by Sheng Yuandao, because Sheng Yuandao did not have enough strength to create such a powerful restriction to destroy a space. Perhaps it was done by the elders of Sheng Yuandao. Lin Feng felt that it was a pity that Sheng Yuandao's storage ring had been destroyed. However, when he thought about all the treasures and opportunities he had obtained recently, he couldn't help but sigh. He felt somewhat relieved. Life can't be perfect. There will always be things that will disappoint you. The immeasurable Taoist grinned and said, "It seems like the sacred god race doesn't want the clan's things to leak out. They would rather destroy these things than let others obtain them." In reality, there were very few forces that did this. This was because even if the cultivators of their clan were killed and some of their treasures were stolen, they would still be able to survive. However, the clan's experts could avenge him. When the time came, they could just snatch the treasure back. However, the Sacred God clan did not do this. They directly destroyed it and got it done once and for all. Lin Feng said, "Who knows what the people from the Sacred God clan are thinking?" After that, Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist continued to search for the location of the Immortal Mountain. The Immortal Mountain on the scroll was tugging at their minds. That mysterious Immortal Mountain. Also, were the red-crowned cranes and stone turtles that they had seen in the Immortal Mountain real? If they were real, where were those living beings now? Where was the Immortal Mountain? They had been searching for traces of the Immortal Mountain, but they had not found any particularly valuable clues. This caused Lin Feng and the immeasurable Taoist to feel a little disappointed. The secret of that Immortal Mountain is definitely extraordinary. Unfortunately, we are unable to find it. The immeasurable Taoist could not help but sigh. That's right. If we really can't find it, I plan to leave. The opportunities one have obtained are enough to digest for a period of time. After that, I plan to go into seclusion for a period of time to stabilize my Tao foundation, Lin Feng said. After this breakthrough, Lin Feng's cultivation had increased greatly. He could not continue to break through. This was because continuous breakthroughs in a short period of time would cause his Tao foundation to become unstable. It was like building a house. The foundation was unstable. The house might collapse. Furthermore, Lin Feng still had many powerful abilities that he had yet to comprehend, including the 15 types of 3,000 great Taoists that he had obtained not long ago. All of these required time to cultivate successfully. The immeasurable Taoist said, "I also have the same idea. If we can't find it, we should leave. The greater the opportunity in a place, the more we can't stay until the end. This is because great opportunities are often closely related to great danger. Who knows, those who leave late might be buried with us." The immeasurable Taoist's words were very reasonable. Therefore, Lin Feng considered leaving. The world within the Chaos Gate naturally hid many secrets. For example, the treasure that appeared in the ancient forest earlier. Even a great emperor-level existence was sent flying with a light sweep. So many powerful beings attacked one after another, but they were unable to suppress that treasure. It could be seen how extraordinary that treasure was. If he could obtain it, it would be incomparably heaven-defying. However, Lin Feng no longer thought about such an opportunity. Let those great emperor-level experts fight for it. Even if those great emperor-level experts fought for it, they might not be able to obtain that treasure. Let's search for a few more days. If we still can't find it, we will leave, the immeasurable Taoist said. Lin Feng agreed with the immeasurable Taoist's suggestion. That night, Lin Feng saw a person he would never forget. The Divine Servant. It was actually the Divine Servant that had disappeared for a long time. The Divine Servant in the Sky Martial Continent's temple. To be precise, this person was not the Divine Servant, but Zhuiying who pursued Luo Shun. Of course, this was Lin Feng's guess. He felt that it was very likely, but the Divine Servant did not directly admit this identity. This old thing wanted to possess Lin Feng, but in the end, he failed. His blood and qi were scattered, and he was on the verge of death. This old thing told Lin Feng that he would return to the Sky Martial Continent's temple and then end his life there. The last time Lin Feng returned to the Sky Martial Continent, he wanted to see the Divine Servant. but he decided not to disturb him. Who would have thought that this old thing would appear in the world inside the Primal Chaos Gate? Back then, he told me that he would return to the Sky Martial Continent's temple and wait for death to descend. But clearly, he was not telling the truth. Lin Feng could not help but mutter to himself, his life has already come to an end. Logically speaking, he should be dead. But he is not dead yet. There are still too many secrets hidden on him. Lin Feng frowned. Then who is it? The immeasurable Taoist looked at Lin Feng and could not help but ask. Lin Feng explained the origin of the divine servant to the immeasurable Taoist. Chapter 29:73. In the past, Judas was a man who shook the world. He was once close to the 3 sovereigns, 5 emperors, Nuwa, and Pango. But in the end, all his efforts were for naught. Judas was incomparably powerful, but there would come a day when he would die. Lin Feng had thought he would rest in the temple of Sky Martial Continent, but now he knew he was wrong. No one was willing to wait for death to come, especially the strongest cultivators. They would not be willing to wait for death. The stronger a cultivator was, the more they wanted to live. Lin Feng had been trying to figure out Judas' purpose for coming here, but in the end he couldn't figure it out. But not long after, Lin Feng and Infinity Taoist were surprised to see a great river. They had followed Judas to many places. Then they came to this great river. When he saw the river, Lin Feng and Infinity Taoist were shocked. They knew this river all too well. Wasn't this the same river they had seen in the scroll world? Judas knew where the mountain was? We followed the right man. Infinity Taoist said excitedly. White mist swirled up ahead. Visibility was getting lower and lower. Judas's speed was neither fast nor slow. Suddenly, it came without warning. Judas increased his speed. He disappeared from Lin Feng and Infinity Taoist's sight. Lin Feng and Infinity Taoist rushed forward, but Judas was nowhere to be seen. They had no idea where he had gone. Lin Feng couldn't help but frown and say, he found us and deliberately got rid of us. Taoist Wuliang couldn't help but curse loudly. What an old fox! Let's follow this river and see if we can find the mountain. Infinity Taoist nodded. It was their only option. The two of them followed the river and began to search for the location of the immortal mountain. 5 days later, they saw the mountain. It was faint and indistinct, but they couldn't see it clearly. They tried to approach the immortal mountain, but they failed in the end. There was an invisible force that stopped them. It's here. We really found it. Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang both revealed looks of joy. Where is the red-crowned crane? Where's the stone turtle? Immeasurable Taoist couldn't help but shout. There were no red-crowned cranes or stone turtles here. I wonder if the 9-headed evil dragon is still in the river? Without the immortal crane and the stone tortoise, we can't enter the immortal mountain. Lin Feng said with a frown. If we follow the river, will we be able to enter the immortal mountain? Immeasurable Taoist thought of a solution and couldn't help but ask. This was indeed a good method, but as for whether it would work or not, that was unknown. However, it was worth a try. Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang decided to see if this method would work. Therefore, Lin Feng brought out the ancient starship Xinyuan. After Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang boarded the Xinyuan ancient starry sky ship, Lin Feng urged the Xinyuan ancient starry sky ship to quickly move through the river. However, this method failed as well. Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang were swept away. Bang! Bang! The two fell to the riverbank. Next, the Xinyuan ancient starry sky ship descended from the sky and smashed towards them. Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang hurriedly got up from the ground. Then, they dodged the incoming Xinyuan ancient starry sky ship. Lin Feng stored the Xinyuan ancient starry sky ship into his mountain river ring and said, this method won't work either. It seems like we'll have to find another way to enter the immortal mountain. That old fox must have a way to enter the immortal mountain. I just don't know how he did it. Taoist Wuliang said with a frown. Lin Feng took out the scroll and opened it. The scroll was no different from the previous one. Lin Feng said, is there a way to enter the immortal mountain hidden in this scroll? Taoist Wuliang looked at the scroll and nodded. It's indeed possible. Let's try to comprehend it, Lin Feng said. Then, He sat down cross-legged and tried to comprehend the scroll. He tried to enter the world inside the scroll again. Taoist Wuliang did the same as Lin Feng. Both of them sat down cross-legged. They tried to comprehend the world inside the scroll. An unknown amount of time passed. Finally, Lin Feng successfully entered the world inside the scroll again. Soon, Taoist Wuliang also entered the world inside the scroll. How did you find the stone tortoise last time? Lin Feng asked Taoist Wuliang. Last time, I accidentally saw the stone tortoise by the riverbank. Taoist Wuliang said. This was not a valuable clue. The stone tortoise had appeared last time, but it might not appear again this time. Stone tortoise, are you there? Lin Feng could not help but ask loudly. However, there was no response. Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang waited for a long time beside the river inside the scroll, but the stone tortoise did not appear. This made them extremely disappointed. Just as the two of them were about to give up, a new turn of events suddenly appeared. In the distance, a stone tortoise slowly swam over. At the same time, moo, in the real world, a sound that sounded like the roar of a cow or a tiger could be heard. Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang were startled awake. When they opened their eyes, they saw a stone tortoise swimming towards them from afar. The stone tortoise really appeared. Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang were overjoyed. They saw the stone tortoise appear in the world inside the scroll, and in the real world as well. They did not know if this was a coincidence, or if there was some other reason. However, it was no longer important whether it was a coincidence or not. It was good that the stone tortoise had appeared. Are you the one summoning me? The stone tortoise looked at Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang. In the scroll, they had already known the stone tortoise. However, in the real world, they did not know each other. Yes, we are the ones summoning Senior. Senior, can you bring us into the immortal mountain? Lin Feng asked. The stone tortoise asked. You need a token to enter the immortal mountain. Do you have one? Token? What token? Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang exchanged glances. Lin Feng then looked at the scroll in his hand. Next, he opened the scroll and showed it to the stone tortoise. Is this the token? Yes, it is. You can come up now. The stone tortoise said. Lin Feng and Taoist Wuliang were overjoyed when they heard this. They flew onto the stone tortoise's back. The stone tortoise slowly swam toward the river. The stone tortoise in the scroll was very fast, but this one was so slow that it made one's hair stand on end. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.